everybody? It's Captain Mal Quad of the ISUPK. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to Captain Tazaryach of ISUPK St. Louis. I'm here with Officer Abun, officer in St. Louis. We out here doing a food and clothes drive and trying to offer some relief to brothers and sisters just suffered a tornado. How long ago was that tornado?
About a week and a half, 2 weeks, like now, yeah.
About a week and 2 half ago.
Yeah.
This brother here is a resident. Not only is he an officer in UPK, he's a resident in St. Louis. Brother, please describe what took place on the day that this tornado hit.
Well, the records show that it started out in Clayton County.
Okay.
It came northeast and curved this way, right past the school. Through grace of the Most High, the school didn't get hit too bad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Few busted windows, but as you can see, everything around us on the same lot got destroyed.
Let's spin the camera.
This is just some of the description. These are actually 3-story houses.
Yeah, let's take a walk. Let's take a walk over here as well. And you can explain as we walking over here.
These 3-story houses that have been decimated into 1-story pieces of brick.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the storm was so powerful that when it came through, like I said, it lift cars up and drop them.
This way,
it bent light poles. The whole infrastructure
let's get
of electricity. Some people don't have any homes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. And there's a word that that the city is going to take 20%, 25% of whatever aid that they receive monetarily.
Come face this way, right?
But this is just this ain't even the half.
Right.
Once we go into the middle of this area, you're really going to see like these are 3-story homes that's been knocked down. You can see a 4-family, 6-bedroom apartment buildings.
Okay.
As long as this one right here, where a tree that knocked it in half, just a tree that knocked the whole building. The force from the tree knocked the whole building in half. Like people ain't got nowhere to live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They living in tents. They got a Johnny on the spot. You know what I'm saying? There's one lady, she had a nice house. She got a she shed now. You know what I'm saying? The she shed's still standing there.
Damn.
But
now explain what a she shed is.
That's a little shed you make out of a storage facility, and you put your little.
So basically, her house is gone.
House gone.
And this is a ton of people that this happened to.
Yes, sir.
What is the city doing to kind of help the people who suffered damage and all that?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. The main source that was supposed to be the source is actually down the street.
Okay.
And they got it set up to where it's only for show.
Okay.
No one comes on the lot to get nothing.
So where's FEMA and all, and who is that, Red Cross and all these things that normally show up when it's a natural disaster?
They're nowhere to be found. But I tell you who they did send down here.
Okay.
They got the National Guard down here with armored backhoes and bobcats.
Come on, man.
Yes,
For
armored.
What do you?
So you won't shoot them while they knocking the rest of your building down.
That is insane.
You know what I'm saying? They protecting what they finna do to us. You know what I'm saying? So they armored.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they ain't outsourced no one else to come and do it. No, they sent their own armored vehicles down here to tear these people's houses down.
So they didn't send the Red Cross.
No.
They didn't send FEMA.
No.
They didn't send no relief, but they send the what do you say? The
National Guard.
The National Guard to make sure that the people didn't do nothing to them while they was tearing down their home.
Yes.
And so what are they gonna do for the people who lost their home?
Well, they said that the city's going to take 20 to 25% of their check whenever they get it. So the people who qualify. Whole thing now. We can buy these bricks and build our mansions somewhere off these good St. Louis old bricks.
Right.
It's all about the bricks right now.
Man, that is insane.
Yeah.
So another thing I wanted to touch on, me and the brother was talking. you were just talking, and then you was explaining to one of the brothers that a few days after the tornado took place, that we was brothers and sisters, our own people, we was shooting each other and killing each other.
Yeah, it was
a few days after the tornado.
It was a rumor that it was a block party. It was not a block party. It was a cleanup effort that went on into the later hours. And he got shot up. So people got unalive.
So if I could, I don't want to cut you off. Just to explain how and show you how sick we are. You know what I'm saying? Being in America for so long. This brother was saying a few days after this destruction came through, they had a cleanup crew. Okay, if you don't think something is wrong with us being in this place for 400 something plus years and that we are mentally ill, 2 days after the tornado hit, brothers and sisters was cleaning up, you know what I'm saying, from all of the destruction, and they came and shot that up. Yeah. Shot up the cleanup crew. Not a block party, but brothers and sisters who was out there cleaning, they came and shot that up.
Yes, sir.
And brother, if you could, I know St. Louis has been the murder capital for going on how long?
Since Katrina, and it's like they downplayed certain years because of they have a new tourist attraction, or they got something they want to put out, like it's just so damn great here. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's every damn year since Katrina. They be lying. They just like they lying about the death toll. They say it's 5 people. Come on, man. 5 people? Nah. It was way more than 5 people.
That's it. That's it. What do you think? Seeing Katrina was shit damn near 20 years ago. Yeah. And St. Louis been the murder capital damn near every year since Hurricane Katrina. That is insane. Yeah. What do you think contributes, you know what I'm saying, to our people murdering each other at the rate that they do here in St. Louis?
It's definitely pressure putting down policies along with the pastors. You know what I'm saying? Because they push everything through the pastors down here. If whatever policy they want to affect the people, they push it through the church to make it seem like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't heard nothing from the pastors about the relief efforts for these tornado victims. You ain't heard nothing. Not a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing. And the police force.
I'm gonna have you pull the scripture. You mind stepping over there for a second? Can you get the scripture for me where it say, "If it be evil in the city, the Lord have done it"? Go ahead, brother.
Kind, sir. Yeah. The policy with the police and down here. You know what I'm saying? You know, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to police our damn selves. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But the police down here, it ain't like it was in the 90s and the early 2000s, because they're very lenient on this new generation. You know what I'm saying? They let them be effeminate. They let them wear the crossbody purses with the Glock switch in it. You know what I'm saying? They let them walk down the street with the Draco out. They don't jump out on them and lock them up.
They wait till after the
yeah,
crime.
They come and clean it.
Yeah. Well, after the crime happened, then they ready to do it.
Yeah.
Now, get me right on this. I was told that Missouri and St. Louis is a Bible belt, which means y'all got a ton of churches here. Yes. Which to me doesn't make sense, seeing that all the violence y'all have. You would think that the churches would be here to teach the people how not to be violent. Right. What's your opinion on that?
My opinion on that ain't now one of these pastors for to go out and approach a group of gang members and try to sway them from their ways. They not fit to do it.
That's it.
They want to have sex with the women, the men, and the children in the damn church. That's my opinion.
And as you see the transition of a lot of cities, is homosexuality a big persuasive problem in the city as well?
Yes, they pushing this right like half a mile away from here is what's called the Grove. Okay. It's right connected to St. Louis University, right up on Grand. Okay. And the Grove is LGBTQ plus. All their bars over there, all their apartment buildings over there. Their whole like 4 mile square radius is LGBTQ, and everyth's new. They getting all the money. The old St. Louis famous bar warehouse, they turning that into a shopping LGBTQ shopping center. It's all for them.
That's it.
Yeah, and all the money stays there. It don't funnel this way, it all stays in LGBTQ.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's called the Grove. You look up the Grove in St. Louis, that's stay away from that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like San Francisco 2.0.
Right. I can dig it, man. Listen, man. Brother, I appreciate your effort, man, and being strong, standing with Captain DeGargabar in St. Louis. But let me explain something to you brothers and sisters out there in St. Louis. The reason why, and I had a brother read the scripture, the reason why this tornado happened is because we don't have strong men and sisters to support those strong men against the evil that take place in this city. And you had a tornado come through, it may be another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, until our people turn back to the Lord. The Christian church has absolutely nothing to do with the plight of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. As a matter of fact, as you just heard the brother explain, these different religions are the epitome of why we so goddamn destroyed in these cities, man. And let this be a wake-up call for you brothers and sisters. The Most High is coming. As you look at the earth, wars, like Christ said, wars and rumors of wars, they happening. Uproars of people is happening right before your eyes, which means the return of our King is coming. And I'm telling you, as a certified prophet under Commander General Hunter, now is the time for you to get your shit together. If you are so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, I applaud this brother for his strength, you know what I'm saying, and standing for this city and this zone. But the Lord is calling many mighty men to come help this brother and turn away from your evil and focus on fixing your people, because the Christian church has failed at the job. Read what you got, brother.
Come
on, let's get to it.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 6.
Come on.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
People not what?
Be afraid.
But what is the purpose of blowing the trumpet? Is to warn the people, you know what I'm saying, of a destruction that is to coming. And that's what we do in the ISUPK under Commander General Hunter. We go out on the street corners. Y'all wonder why we out there on the street corners in your major cities, Friday to Saturday. You see a bunch of black and Hispanic men out there teaching the Bible. Is because we're trying to warn you of the destruction that is to come. Read.
Kanawakan, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
Shall there be what?
Evil in the city.
Come on.
And the Lord have not done it.
Shall be evil in the city, meaning what? The destruction that you seeing come through this place was of the Most High. Why was it of the Most High? Because of all the evil that goes on here. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is trying to warn our people. Now was the time to turn back. We've been following the religion that's been given to us by our slave masters for over 400 years, and we refuse to face that is wrong. You understand? Any more on that? So, man, that's it, man. It's been, you know, special interview with this brother, Roundtable, Truth Edition, ISUPK under Commander General Hunter, Captain Malquad. I'm here with Officer Yaradan, Officer Ashiai. We also got Officer Karyash over there. This brother is going to be raising up the Native American Indian reservations as well. So, man, that's our time. We're going to go walk over here and show you what we got, what Commander General Hunter is doing. If you can keep that live, let's walk over here and show you what Commander General Hunter is doing for the people here in St. Louis. Captain the Tazaryach of Southern Ohio, he came out to support this movement as well. Anything you want to say, Cap, about what you see being down here in St. Louis?
Man, listen, the Lord was not playing. You can see the devastation around, and it's a sight. You know what I'm saying? It gives you fear of the Lord if you pay attention to the scriptures. But you know, thank the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Captain DeGargabar, his school is all together, man. He out here feeding the people, clothing the people. You know what I mean? The Lord showed mercy. And for that mercy, the brothers out here feeding and clothing St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? So that's the work of the Lord. That's
Damn
what we
right.
do.
Let's go take a look at what's going on over here up under this tent. Show y'all how real men of God get down. And of course, you have many people that may feed or clothe you, but remember Christ's words, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High.
That's right.
No more pump faking. You know what I'm saying? Just acting like you gonna scream God and scream Christ's name without doing anything he say. No more of that. Start doing what Christ said to do, which is keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. You ain't keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, you are a fraud. Only Satan and the minister of Satan will teach you that God's laws don't apply no more.
Right.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good. How are you, gentlemen?
Good, good.
Good.
We got Cap out here. We ain't got, as you can see real quick, brothers, we got clothes out here, free food out here, toiletries. Over there, the brother got free hot dogs on the grill. We out here in St. Louis, getting it on, man. Come support what we doing. At 1 p.m., Captain DeGargobar has a lecture called, what's the lecture, name of the lecture?
More drugs.
More drugs.
The plague, not the plug.
The plague, not the plug. Come on out there. Come join your brothers. Come support what we doing. And let's go ahead and fix our people, man. The Commander General Yohana Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, and what we do is we go out on the streets. We got class, we got a podcast. We teach that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And so we teach what we teach, the truth about who we are, so we can fix our people. You know what I'm saying? We consider ourselves like a spiritual physicians, more to speak. We look at our people and we see the sickness in which our people are dealing with, the mental illness that we're dealing with every day, and we present the truth to them to fix our people.
I love that, brother. And I love because you know what? We are now in an informational age, you know, where everybody is sharing, everybody is learning. And I feel that now we are at the peak of that. You know, you got your people like the Geno Jennings and your other people who really hitting it and talking to the people. But what I love about what y'all do is y'all really take it out there to the streets, bro.
That's it.
And since y'all take it out to the streets, y'all message it means something. It's going to resonate with people.
That's right.
And I love it, brother. I really do love it. Oh, there's no problem, brother. Oh, man, would you want to introduce yourself as well, brother?
Yeah, I'm Officer 5,000 yard down from the ISUPK, man. Like, you know, we just want to say big up to Rich, you know what I'm saying? And for this event that he doing for the community, man, and keep doing what y'all doing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, bringing our people together and really giving honor to what's going on in the black community in Chicago, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And that's what I love about Rich, because that's what he's doing. You know, he's trying to do his best, everything he can to just bring all of us together under the same roof to show support for one another.
That's right.
When you come to one of Rich's events, you actually feel the energy that's in the room. It's one of those things where it's like you don't have to wonder what type of event it's gonna be. You know, it's not gonna be no riffraff here. It's not gonna be no craziness. Everybody is here to support and show love to each other.
You know, I want to say I met these brothers at where what's the name of the where we met at the award show. What's the name of that?
290 Mo's award show.
So we met. I seen all these men walk in. I love black men, y'all. I'm not saying I'm trying to take nobody else, but I was respectfully looking. And when y'all walked in the room, they walked in the room looking like they owned the room. And I was like, I got to talk to them men. I got to see who they are, what they doing, what they about. And so I was so glad that I was there and I was able to meet you all. You all are just absolutely amazing. You all, when we came to the podcast, when I tell you they laid it out, and we had a peaceful, amazing show. So I know they probably had to break that show up into 3 parts because we talked about 3 hours. But it was amazing. Can you tell them about y'all podcast and when the information about that?
Our podcast is called The Round Table of Truth. We go every night, 8 p.m. Central, you know what I mean, all the way to maybe like 10. We start a little later than 8, you know what I mean, but we get it in. And what we do, we try to focus on
issues that affect our people. You know, we only focus on our people specifically. And so you can go to Facebook, put Roundtable of Truth, ISUPK. We on YouTube, Roundtable of Truth, ISUPK. We've been doing this podcast going on, what, about 2 years? About 2 years. We just finished up our 100th episode, maybe like a couple of months ago. We had a celebration and all that. So, man, we just trying to get this truth out here, man. We consider ourselves the foremost lovers of black and brown people. You know what I mean? And when you truly love your people, it's gonna be shown. Like, we met this beautiful sister here, her and Rich. They was guests on our show. We had an amazing conversation, and we need to have dialogue. You know, more black people need to have more and more dialogue to fix our situation.
Man, that is so true, man. I love what y'all do, and I love how y'all doing it, man. And for real, man, because I'm telling you, y'all getting it, man. Y'all getting it, because that's what it takes, man. You got to be out there, and you got to be talking about it. So much love and respect to y'all, man. I really do appreciate y'all. And I might have to come through. I got to come through. I got to experience this.
You definitely do. You definitely, Jeff, you definitely have to have something. He has his own studio, and he's an amazing host, radio personality. So he got to come to the radio show. I definitely think you all. I love to bridge the gap. You know, that's why one of the podcasts I was on that I came up with the name Connect the Dots, because I love to connect the dots with people. So I just want y'all to keep on going. I just love the fact that these are brothers that's doing something positive for the community. That makes me smile, for real. So continue to do y'all thing. Y'all make sure I don't know if you all take donations and stuff like that. If y'all,
I'm sorry, what you say?
You want to know if y'all take donations and stuff like that?
Yeah, we take donations, priest donations, all that, you know, to help the cause or whatever. So we definitely take that. You know what I mean? I just want to say one last thing. Big shout out to Born Rich for inviting us. You know what I mean? Big shout out to, I'm sorry, I forgot to, Ovita. Big shout out to Ovita and everybody receiving awards. And our people, man, in here look beautiful, man. Black people, man, we the most beautiful people in the world. You understand? But what we must remember is you can't just be beautiful on the outside. You have to have a moral compass, and that's where we come in at.
Yeah, I love it, man. We gonna connect. I'm gonna make sure y'all definitely get my information before we leave. All right, man. Yeah. That's what.
Listen, let me say one thing to you, brother. I didn't beat you, God did. That's right. I didn't do anything. I read God's words.
ISUPK presents the Lord's 51st annual Passover.
Says he know you not the Jew. You are of the synagogue of Satan. That's who you are. You're a race of rapists and murderers and thieves and child molesters. Exactly. You're not the real Jew. Exactly. Speaking that Jewish language. That's Yiddish. That's a mixture of a Polish dialect. That ain't the real Jew. That ain't the real Hebrew. Hebrew don't got no vowels like I and O. Hebrew got symbols with hard sounds. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha. All this l'chaim and shalom and all that stuff. Bar mitzvah, that ain't real Hebrew. You're an imposter. You're the devil the Bible speaks of. And Christ will cut your head off when he returns. That's right. Let me get your question, man.
What up, sis?
Go ahead.
I mean, yeah.
I dig some of this shit that you're spitting. But my
not me, but this is the Bible.
No, the other shit. Like, God, I can't.
That's the Bible. Right. Everything I said is the Bible.
Right. No, my question is, why are you going about black militancy like this?
Because that's the Bible.
No. Not,
give me Luke 19 and 27.
Apart from the Bible.
No, I'm not going apart from the Bible.
That's right.
So explain why you're using black militancy in a place, in a way like this.
Because that's the Bible.
That's right.
You telling me away from the Bible? Could you go to Kobe Bryant and say, prove to me you're a basketballer without the basketball?
Yeah, you can.
How? How is he going to prove to you he's a basketballer without the ball?
don't need the ball, bro. All you need to do is just know what you're talking about.
So Kobe Bryant, does he need a basketball to prove he's a basketballer?
No, he doesn't.
So how will I know he's a basketballer?
Literally anybody can be a basketballer.
You simple. You simple. You're a simple dude. You're a simple dude. No, simple means stupid. It means base. You simple. If this is his profession, if you're a sniper, you're going to need a sniper rifle to prove to me you're a sniper. If you're a teacher, you're going to need a class full of students and an education curriculum to prove to me you're a teacher. If you're a basketballer, you're going to need a basketball and a rim, at least a rim, or just the ball to show me you're a player. You ask me why am I using black militancy in this way? I'm telling you, black militancy is the Bible. You learn Christianity, not particularly you, but your understanding of the Bible comes from the Christian church, which is soft and effeminate. That's why they got flowers in there. That's why the preacher got his hair slicked back and wear a suit, because he's trying to appeal to women. He ain't trying to appeal to no men. Men are masculine and by nature militant. That's why when daddy's home, children straighten up. And when daddy ain't home, the house is a mess. Black militancy is the Bible. Black supremacy is the Bible. And I can show it to you if you want.
I mean, if you can pull a specific verse, I'd be more than pleased to listen.
No problem. Look up Austin. Give me Luke 19 and 27.
This is Luke chapter 19 and 27. But those mine enemies.
Right, this is written in red. You know the Bible, right?
Old Testament and New.
The Bible. There's no difference.
Old Testament,
There's no difference. See, that's why you coming up here. You coming up to that master's and doctorate degree level, and you ain't even get your GED.
Exactly.
There's no difference. The Bible is one solid book. The Bible is one solid book. You learn. Who told you there was a difference? Where did you learn that from? No, just tell me. Where did you learn there was a difference between the Old and the New Testament?
My pastor. My former pastor.
I know. And where your pastor learned that from? Theology school from white people. You think I could go divide America's Constitution and say the amendments are separate from the original written Constitution?
No, they aren't.
No, they're not separate. It's all one document. It's all one document. And they call it their Constitution. I can't separate their Constitution. Why the hell are you trying to separate mine?
What's the Old Testament?
Why?
New Testament?
It's the Bible. It's the Word of God.
It's not the Word of God.
The Bible is not the Word of God. You simple. You simple. Give me Luke 19 and 27. You simple.
But those mine enemies, which were not, I should reign over them.
Right, this is written in red, which means Christ said these words. Right, and read it again from the top. Tell them where you at.
Luke 19 and 27. But those mine enemies.
Those mine who?
Mine enemies.
My who?
Mine enemies.
Christ had enemies. That's why they killed him. Not everybody loved Christ. In fact, most people didn't, because he spoke such a hard truth. They didn't love him. That's why they murdered him. He had enemies. Go ahead.
Which were not that I should reign over them.
Those are his enemies who don't want Christ to rule. Christ wants to rule this earth.
That's right.
That was his God-given right from his Father God to rule this earth. And some people don't want him to rule. T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Martin Luther King, they don't want Christ to rule. Louis Farrakhan, they don't want Christ to rule. All your Christian preachers, they don't want Christ to rule. I'm going to tell you something. Your president doesn't want Christ to rule. Your mayors don't want Christ to rule. Your congressmen. Christ wants to rule. And some people don't want him to rule. Read.
Bring hither.
He said what?
Bring hither. And slay them before me.
He said, bring them here and slay them before me. That's what Christ said. No, that's black militancy. That's just militant. He gave an order. Give me Luke 19 and 21.
Luke 19, verse 21. For I fear thee.
Skip up to this
verse 20. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee.
Right, this is the parable of the talents. And Christ he is aligning himself and saying when he returns, he expects certain things to be multiplied. He gave us this truth, this whole Bible. He gave it to us. And he wants us to go and bring the lost 12 tribes of Israel back together. And some of our leaders are lazy bastards. And they keep it to themselves and they wax rich while we suffer and die. And when Christ comes back, They said, listen, I kept this here. I kept this here. Why? Read again.
For I fear thee.
For I what?
I fear thee.
For I what?
Fear thee.
Yeah, your Christian preachers don't fear Christ. They don't tell you that. Right. They don't teach that in the church. Christ is the type of man you fear. That's the type of spirit he got.
That's right.
Like you fear him. Go ahead.
Because thou art an austere man.
What did he say about Christ?
Because thou art an austere man.
What did he say about Jesus Christ?
Thou art an austere man.
Because thou art an austere man. Keep going.
Thou takest up that thou layest down.
Again.
Thou takest up that thou layest not down.
Thou takest up what you did not put down. Meaning what? You could plan something, Christ gonna come and take it. That's militant. Right. Now let me ask you a question. What does the word austere mean? He said right here, I fear thee because thou art an austere man. What does austere mean?
I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Well, you're supposed to know, man. You trying to tell me it's two different books and you don't even know what the words in the book mean? That's ridiculous, brother. I ain't trying to attack you. I'm telling you how to love. I'm going to tell you what austere mean. You got it? Right? Give me austere. Give me it real quick. Luke 19 and 21. Go ahead. Austere. Severe. What? Severe. What? Severe. That's a synonym of militant. Opposite of Christian. Right. Severe. Revelation said, I wish that you were hot or cold, not lukewarm, meaning extreme. Right. You got to be extreme to serve Christ, especially in this kingdom. Read. Or strict. Or what? Or strict. Or what? Or strict. The Bible says Christ was severe and strict. Right. Go ahead. In manner. In what? In manner. In his ways. Attitude. In his attitude. Or appearance. And his appearance. Christ was not
That's
far.
right.
Christ was far from your Christian preachers. And let me tell you something, brother. Your Christian preacher, I don't know him, but he is a liar.
I'm not even Christian.
He's a liar. But you said you learned from a pastor.
I did.
Right.
That was many years ago.
I'm telling you, he was a liar. I'm telling you, he was a liar.
Right.
Go ahead.
So we both agree that Jesus Christ was a black man.
Yes.
We agree.
Not African.
Not African, but black.
A so-called Negro.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the only common ground that we have.
We have way more common ground than that, brother. And let me tell you something. Because of the Christianity that you think is not in you, you be listening to that. Let somebody black shoot anybody up the block. Me and you are both suspects.
No, I'm fucking him.
We got more common ground than just Christ being black. We got 400 years of goddamn history, and you trying to negate that over an argument? Brother, that's Christian. That's Christian. We got way more common ground than just Christ being black. And Christ being black is such an important fact for black people to know. It's such an important fact. We got way more. The problem is you've been taught wrong, and you think what you've been taught, whether it's from that pastor or on your own, is true. And it's not true. And I don't know what you know, but I know it's Christian.
Don't mind all these people around us.
Listen, you have to tell me.
I know exactly the kind of shit, but I know exactly the kind of fucked up system that we live in, the one that's stacked against us, right? But the thing that you shouldn't be doing, and I hate the police, other people.
The thing that you think we shouldn't be doing.
Right. This is just me.
Isaiah 15 and 1.
Using the exact way that white people use to subjugate us and our brothers and sisters, I ain't with that shit.
Am I lynching anybody?
You may not be lynching.
Am I lynching anybody? No, yes or no? Wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me evangelicals enslaved black people?
Yeah, they did.
No.
Yes, they did.
Criminals enslaved black people. Whips and chains and being set on, 1 second, brother, I'm gonna come to you, 1 second. Being set on fire enslaved black people. The Arabs, the Jewish man, the Africans, and the white man enslaved black people. That evangelical thing you talking came about 100 years later.
How you know Christ?
I didn't, because it says it in the Bible, Revelations 1:13 through 15. You can check it out. Revelations chapter 1, verses, start at 1, read 1, then skip to 13 and 15. The whole book is about Jesus Christ.
That's right.
You said I'm using the same tactics. Let me tell you something. I am not lynching anybody out here. I am not setting anybody on fire. I am not hiring anybody from the light pole. I am not raping anybody's woman. I am not selling anybody's babies. You are wrong to come up here and say we are using the same tactics as our slave master. We are not using the same tactics as our slave master. We are using the tactics God said to use. Give me 1 Corinthians 20, man. Give me the foolishness of preaching real quick. Give me the foolishness of preaching real quick. 1 Corinthians 10 and 20, 10 and 21. That's a damn lie, man. That's the Christianity in you.
So tell me how evangelical and criminal ain't synonymous. In any definition.
Because the evangelical held this book in their hand and lied to us. Them criminals that put our forefathers on ships were murderers and rapists. They didn't hold no book in their hand. They knocked us over the head, whipped our backs into submission. You don't know your history. No. Don't do him that. Don't do him that. Don't do him that. He's going to learn like everybody else. This is a class. I ain't going to allow nobody to be listening to nobody else. He's going to learn. Don't tell him to walk away. Don't tell him to walk away, and don't tell him he's embarrassing himself. Because no, he's not. This year is the most love you're going to see between two black men without us killing each other and disagreeing. Do not tell him to walk away. Don't tell him to walk away. No, it's a disagreement with my brother. Do not tell him to walk away. Give me 1 Corinthians. I appreciate that, sis. I appreciate that. Give me 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. You got it? Foolishness of preaching. That's it? 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. You got it?
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead. Read.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and 21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord.
No, that's not it. Give me 1 and 21. Come on.
1 Corinthians 1 and 21. For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God.
Right? After that, in the wisdom of God, this world by its wisdom does not know God.
Right.
You up in them churches and them theological schools, you up in Islam, you up in the white man schools, and you don't know God though you study him. Right. I watched a 2-hour documentary last night on a white rabbi trying to find the lost 12 tribes of Israel from every nation but blacks and Hispanics. Right. He went to the East Indians, the Chinese, the Polynesians, everybody else. With all their wisdom, they don't know God. Keep reading. Come on.
For all the wisdom knew not God. It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching.
It did what with God?
Pleased God.
It what?
Pleased God.
It pleased God. Go ahead.
By the foolishness of preaching.
By what?
Foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
It pleased God by the foolishness of our preaching to save those that believe. You looking at us and saying, one thing I think you doing wrong, one thing, everybody, you know the first one, they all look at us like we foolish. Ain't no sweat. God said by the foolishness of this preaching, this kingdom will burn. And I want to see it happen. By the foolishness of preaching, Christ gonna bathe the streets of America in the blood of this white man, in the blood of our oppressor. And I will keep speaking until ain't no more air in my lungs. Because that's what God said. Now you tell me, who should I listen to? God or man? Who? Who? That's a difficult question. Listen, that's fine. You don't have to. You're going to be buried when Christ returns. You don't have to get down with God. You're going to lose your head like everybody else. You're going to go in the ground, and you're going to come back in the reincarnation like everybody else. You don't have to get down with God. Ain't nobody trying to make you get down with God. You should obey God, man. You got a whole lot of unlearning to do before you can learn this. You got a whole lot of unlearning.
He's the man that came up with the term African American. Right. We from now on we call African American. But now somebody run up on you and say we should leave this place. You turn to them and say, where we gonna go?
They have the American flag, the symbols of red, white, and blue, but it's black people.
Right.
So it's not they're not repping who they are.
Right.
They're repping the country that they serve.
these leaders that don't care about their community, you know what I'm saying, that always, you know what I'm saying, just focusing on winning gold medals and championships and different things of that nature, and have no thought to the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, it's gonna come back at home.
Enough for hearing that happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, even Emmett Till was somewhat similar. It's like once something happens to a white woman, that's the justification to kill all niggas.
At the same city, at the same time as the Klansmen, the Purple Boys had a mass march on the other in downtown, but blocks away, and did not cross paths with that.
Real Nigga University in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Real, what's going on? ISUPK Roundtable of Truth. We on deck for another special edition. Y'all know normally we rock it out on Friday night. You understand? 8 p.m. Central. We do what we do. But tonight, this afternoon, of course, you know what I'm saying, we got a exclusive episode. Like always, we got before I get into our special guest, I want to give it up to the Most High. You understand?
Damn right, especially with everything going on.
Damn right, you know, so that's what our special guest. Oh, my bad. My special guest is here. You understand? You heard him. You know who he is or whatever. But what you just said was so heavy with everything going on in the earth. You know what I'm saying? If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, you know it's in your best interest. You understand, to find the God of the niggas. And when I say the niggas, I'm talking about Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians.
That's right.
We've been serving everybody's God for so long, but we need to find our God around. That's what time it is. We can serve these other guys to our hurting and to our destruction. So give it up for the Most High again, please. You understand? Right. And with our question, we got to give it up to our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. You understand? Unfortunately, Black people, your king ain't sitting in the White House. You understand? Your king is whom the world calls ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's your king, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
You understand? That's who your king is. So that's who your vote needs to be for. All right. Also, we want to give it up to the man with the plan, none other than Commanding General Yohana. You understand? Give it up for the general. General put in a ton of work. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be here right now doing what we do. Ooh, excuse me. Without Commander General Yohana. Like always, I want to give it up to my host, to my right, rocking it out with me every week. We got Officer Lamakiala in the building. Give it up to the brother. You understand? All right. And joining us tonight, filling in for Officer Mayad, we got Officer Ra'ain joining us in tonight. Give it up to the brother. Powerful brother in the work of the Lord. And also, like always, brother here, every week doing what he do. Head of security down here in Chicago. Officer Iowa Lum in the building. You can catch him, I believe, in another week or so on the War Report, you know what I'm saying, where he going to give you the breakdown on everything what's going on. We're going to touch on it on this podcast as well.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But the brother give you the update on World War III action. You know, as you can see, it's heating up. You know what I'm saying? So Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, we need to be seeing what direction we going to move in as this Third World War, you know what I'm saying, really heats up. And it look like it's heating up. We ain't saying this is the beginning yet, but it's definitely looking like it. It's definitely looking spicy.
Go.
You understand? Listen, but also here with us this afternoon, we got a very special guest. You know what I'm saying? He was formerly known as the Kemet Killer. You still go by that?
I don't go by that name.
He don't go by the Kemet Killer no more. You know what I'm saying? Now
You gave me a new name.
That's right. I'm about to go into it right now. Now it's Everybody Killer. You know what I'm saying? None other than my brother, you know what I'm saying, Capt Tazaryach in the building as our special guest tonight on this afternoon. That's right. I'm so used to saying tonight, man. We at nighttime. This is what I get for doing this morning and this afternoon shit. I'll talk about this
night. He do it nighttime. Nighttime.
Yeah, this afternoon. You understand? This afternoon we got Capt Tazaryach in the building, crushing everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Christ, yeah.
Taking on all challenges. You know what I'm saying, as it pertains to the work of the Lord. Just the truth in itself.
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying? Biblical, non-biblical, whatever. Tazaryach taking on all challenges and crushing them. You know what I'm saying? And if you could, you just got to finish doing the what was that show?
The Real Life Street Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Real Life Joker down there in Dallas.
Yeah.
Real Life Street Stars. That was good because I like to do the work wherever it's at, and I think we got to get into them avenues. Like when you was talking about with this war, I just got a first-hand report that the U.S. military bases are on red alert from an impending attack from Iran.
Come on, man.
When I say first-hand report, it can't get no closer than how I know.
Damn.
That's how close it is. Like right now, listen, and the sister that called for the prayers was told not to join that military.
Come on, y'all.
The sister that's over there on that base right now.
Break it down line for line.
So now, before the sister get in the military, she was told by a priest and officer, do not join that military.
And this priest and officer is her father.
Yeah.
Dang.
And she was told not to join it. And who did she listen to?
Go ahead.
I'm asking, who did she listen to?
Herself.
No, what did you say, Ryan?
Her mother.
Her mother.
She listened to her mama.
Good night.
And she wanted the priests and prophets now to send them prayers for her. Because they in full out. When I say full out red alert, and she over there, and they are in full out red alert from an impending Iran attack.
Good.
That's the state that they in. So like Marquardt said, man, we ain't saying it's the third world war, but it's about as close as you can get to it. And that's why we got to go in spaces like them Real Life Street Stars. I got another one upcoming. I'm going to be on this podcast this Thursday. It's going to shock everybody when I'm on this one. I don't even want to tell you. I'll tell y'all off camera. I'll tell y'all off camera.
Okay.
But when y'all see this one, it's going to shock everybody when I'm on this one. I told Marquardt about it already. But these are avenues we got to go in. That thing happening with ISIS. All of this stuff is good. I mean, when I say it's good, when I was on my way over here, I'm battling this brother. He telling me, why should black people be a part of it when this is supposed to be the Mexicans' wake-up call? And when I hear black people say that, what bugged me out about saying this is supposed to be the Mexican wake-up call, Mexicans been woke up since Columbus.
That's it.
What more of a wake-up call do Mexico? Y'all know they in that part of Mexico because that's the land the white man didn't want.
Right.
Because that was looked at as like it wasn't fertile, it wasn't good enough. So they stuck them in the worst part of America. So how much more of a wake-up call do Mexicans need? And any black person that's against the Mexicans, that's what the mark of the beast is.
That's right.
And y'all got to, when we talk about the mark of the beast, it's what you put in your mind and then the action that you take. So these uppity niggas put the mind of the white man and don't even think, they think, oh, no, this is just Mexican problem. This ain't our problem. That's what they think about on the surface level. But why are we even only talking about Latinos when it comes to immigration?
Right.
It's Asian immigrants.
Right.
It's Asian illegals, Ukrainian illegals, white illegals, East Indian illegals. But
it.
why are we only talking about Mexican illegals?
That's it.
Because the propaganda that exists in America, the white man wants you talking about Mexican illegals. The white man wants you doing all that. So for black people that jump out the window saying that this is a Mexican problem and don't understand we next, they just took a little break off for you to talk about them and then you join them. And then when the problem becomes yours, then it's like we need everybody to pay attention.
That's it.
Black people don't even understand. You are the mule of America when it comes to this, man. So I was talking about that on the way here. I don't want to take up the show
get Capt
or anything like that, man. But
that.
that is amazing to me that black people. And here's the other part. Black people don't support black people.
Exactly.
Who support ISUPK? Like what I mean by that is when we go out there on the streets, who's our biggest opponents?
Right.
Our people. So they look for and why that? Because the white man said we the terrorists. The white man said we the extremists. And black people accept that.
That's it.
We say God only love you, and it's black people that fight us for that.
That's it.
That's right.
And then they fight the same ones fighting the Mexicans. That is the epitome of the mark of the beast. If you don't know, that's what the mark. It ain't a microchip.
Yeah.
Sidebar. I saw some video. You know, anytime I get a chance to shame Sakari, I try to shame him. So I saw this video from a former GMS member. I put it on my YouTube channel. This man said how much sex, and the reason why I'm saying Sakari too, because they come from GMS too.
That's a fact.
You know, they come from. So this GMS member says, how much sex you gonna have? Now he don't use the word
I
sex.
saw that video, Cap.
He used the P word, right? He said, how much sex you gonna have? Oh. And then this is what he said, Mama Quad.
Go ahead.
When I'm cutting y'all with these scriptures, I'm busting a spiritual nut.
I seen that. That's nasty work.
Nasty word.
That's super nasty.
We need a worse word than nasty for that.
Real talk.
There gotta be a worse word than nasty.
One.
What?
Diabolical.
Diabolical. Yeah, that's diabolical work right there. That is diabolical work for that man to say.
Yeah.
He bust a spiritual nut.
That is insane. And then listen, what's so heavy what you bringing out, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these groups need to be shamed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, what we must remember, if we're gonna be a strong nation, every strong nation, if you look at their history, at some point they had a revolution.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the ISUPK and you wonder why we go so hard at the Christian church, at the Muslim mosques, and these fake Israelite groups, is because our people need to know the truth. And the only way they gonna get the truth is that you see how much of an error the church and these different, because fake Israelite groups, they ain't nothing but another religion. That's all they are. So Sakari is born out of a group called GMS.
That's right.
And if you know anything about GMS, them brothers are diabolical. They mentally ill and sick. And that's what Sakari grew out of. So don't be surprised, you know what I'm saying, when you seeing their leader, you know what I'm saying, you know, the sexual deviances came up about the brother.
Yeah, you like to get banged behind.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like this is what
You gotta say it like
was
that.
born out of.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Remember, GMS was teaching you could be with underage girls.
That's it. That
GMS
rape was okay.
Yeah, that you could. Number one, remember that video? Listen, I'll never forget these GMS members, these white women, they go to the protest where the white women is at. And they read Isaiah, I think it's 13 and 14, when it was like, they're going to ravage them. When it's talking about what the heathens going to do.
Yeah.
They said, what that mean? That mean we going to rape your ass. I said, God damn.
Right.
That's what they tell them to these white women. That's the fruit of GMS.
That's it. We're going to get all the way in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, we're going to get all the way in the kingdom.
And
The only way
rape.
we can enjoy women is by raping
white women.
White women.
Come on, man.
And then here comes Sakari. He getting banged in his ass and like to watch his woman get effed.
Exactly.
And then this cat said he busting spiritual nuts.
Count on what
when he
kind.
break down the scriptures.
Good night.
Diabolical. GMS is diabolical.
Real talk. That's a fact. That's a fact. You understand? Real quick, my partner's eye. Man, we need you to play uncle, you know what I'm saying? Like you normally do without instructions. We need you to play uncle with them kids, okay? You know what I'm saying?
they loud?
No, just to make sure they don't, you know what I mean, hurt themselves or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And if we could, let's get the ACs on here on turbo if we could, because I won. You the only one know how to put it on turbo. You know what I'm saying?
He said put it on turbo.
Yeah, he ain't trained. None of the brothers put the AC on turbo. Ramawan, come on with it. See your hand up.
No, Salakia, I just want to bring out something that a brother brought out to me, Kodash from Detroit. I was on the phone with the brother last night, and the brother let me know, and y'all can look it up for yourselves if you know what I'm saying, just to make sure. You go into Chat GPT, which a lot of brothers using now. Y'all on it for everything.
Yeah.
Go on to Chat GPT and look up look up Israelite groups, GMS, Sakari, all of that, ISUPK, and it puts them in a whole category on Chat GPT where it puts stop signs next to GMS, next to Sakari, next to all of them, and then us at the top, and it says these are all breakout off groups from this group, and then it separates it. GMS, they teach pedophilia. It literally tells you every single thing about every single group.
Are you serious though?
I told the brother yesterday, I said, man, you might as well do a segment on Facebook about this, because this gonna be something that go viral if you actually do it right.
Yeah.
But man, the brother broke it down to me last night. I said, this is heavy.
Man, listen, give it up for Ramawan. That's heavy, man, because once again, when you see these break-off groups, not to spend too much time on it, but like the Bible say, heresies must come.
That's right.
And that's what those are. Those are heresies. Those fake groups. No matter how hard you try to make it be the original, it is not the original. If you want to know when it comes to the original, as far as breaking down who the tribes are, as far as being on these street corners, ISUPK is the home of the truth. You can't take that away from us. And like on all our videos say, we are not affiliated with anybody. So when it come down to, you know what I'm saying, Israelite group or anybody that's teaching about the Bible, we not affiliated with them. You know what I mean? So, again, Rhyme, go ahead.
Now, I was going to bring out what you're bringing out, Cap, was so heavy because one thing about UPK is we are trained professionals.
That's it.
We're trained professionals. Everything that we do, we follow protocols. We make sure everybody's trained. We have a trooper program.
Come on.
When we come to the school, you got to wear all black.
That's it.
All black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and war scarf. Change your life in the next 6 months. Become an officer, you still trained.
That's it.
I'm also 5,000. I'm still being trained.
Damn right. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Man, listen, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into a few things. Of course, everybody know it's a very diabolical day today. Just like all the white man's holidays are diabolical. Father's Day. You understand? Yeah, what's your thoughts when the first thing you hear so-called
I'm insane,
Father's
right?
Day?
So the first thing I thought about, I am insane. Like first thing I thought about, I put on my Instagram post was all them black women that said them single black mothers that kicked their daddy out the house. This day Father's Day,
right?
I think about how a black man don't get no respect 364 days of the year.
That's heavy.
And they gonna find a reason to not respect him on this day either.
That's heavy.
That's what I think about.
That's
and
heavy.
fathers are gonna Father's Day is like Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is like the day that a father would try to make it up with that mother. Been evil as hell, but he try to buy flowers and candies and all that stuff. And Father's Day is no different, where the father is the one that has to do the work for the day that's supposed to be designed for him. Think about the mother. When it comes to Mother's Day, she coming to church with that big old stinking ass hat on. She getting taken out to eat. She getting all the gifts in the world. Most gifts fathers would get for Father's Day is about them doing work. They getting the grill to do work. They getting a tie to go do work. Everything they get is about doing work. They get some lazy ass card. They got to pay. All of that stuff. Like, first of all, Father's Day is not something that we in the ISUPK celebrate. But because it's taught around the world like how we do Mother's Day is rooted in pure idolatry in the sense of Rhea and Sybil. Father's Day supposedly has its origins with some devil and her fallen father.
Officer Iwalum, he got the history.
Right, that's what the history is about. Right, but yeah, if y'all want to read the history, y'all could do it at any time.
Yeah.
But for black fathers, that's the one day that they don't even get the respect that they deserve on that day.
Even on the very day that
that's supposed to be designed for them, they're not gonna get the respect
that is insane.
that they deserve.
That is
I
insane.
remember in Philly one time, I think General Heinrich, we did it in a class on that Monday. They would do child support roundups on Father's Day.
Damn.
Child support, you know why? Because the father was gonna come around on that day because it's Father's Day.
Exactly. Right.
And they would do child support roundups on those days. It's a horrible day for a black man because you're reminded, if you're a real father that actually want to take care of your kids, Father's Day a reminder of how evil that bitch is that took your kids away from you.
Right.
That's that. If you asking me,
that's it.
Because I'm insane.
That's
a lot.
it.
Now, if y'all want the cotton candy sweet and talking about it, oh, Father's Day, man. You know this white woman, she loved her father, civil rights, and no, he was in the military, Civil War, and all that.
Yeah.
And she wanted him resonated. If y'all want that part, I mean, go somewhere else. Now, if you want the truth,
damn right.
It's not a time where we don't vilify a black man on that day.
Man, listen, what's so heavy about what you bringing out is that I think you said it. They look at you as insane for bringing out the truth. When you go to the records of the Bible, they said Christ had a demon. They said Christ had a devil for speaking the truth. And what you're gonna find out for our listeners out there, as it pertains to the truth, the Bible, or whatever, how you gonna look at it. Men of God and men who speak the truth always gonna be looked at as wicked in an empire that's wicked themselves.
That's right.
Because we have been totally deceived in this place to where we think a lie is the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's very shameful, like Captain Yacht was bringing out, to go 364 days out the year. Don't reference your father. Some of you ain't seen your father in years.
Word is bond.
You know what I'm saying? Don't reference your father at all. Show your father no respect. But on the day that the white man appoint for you, you gonna come now and bring him a gift. And like Captain saying, a lot of time that gift that you bringing is really for him to do some work. You know what I'm saying? It's very shameful. When the Bible says, honor thy father and thy mother, ain't no days on that. Ain't no particular day set aside for that. You know what I'm saying? So if I could, I'm gonna have Officer Iwalum go into the history about really what Father's Day is about. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna break it down from there. And if I could get that scripture where it says, what honor is
Ecclesiasticus, the 3rd chapter. Ecclesiastes, don't you ask, because I was going to ask for that too. It's Ecclesiasticus, the 3rd chapter.
Let's get somebody grab that. Ecclesiasticus, 3rd chapter. Come on, IG, let's get it.
Come. The pagan origin of Mother and Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Father's Day also had its origin in the ancient past. The sun was considered to have masculine energy, so the sun was the father of the universe.
So you see right off top, the first thing the brother mentioned going into the history that it was paganism. Mm-hmm. Now, well, my educated people out there, you know what I'm saying, who understand what paganism is. But yet, like a slave, you still, you know what I'm saying, follow this tradition that you know what I'm saying, is paganism. That right there is what you call a spiritual slave. Right. All the white man's holidays, you know what I'm saying, is nothing about idol worship. If you understand what idol worship is, it's really about you referencing that idol so the people who control them idols get money, which is what Father's Day about, which is what Mother's Day is about. That's when you go out and spend a ton of cash. Right. You see what I'm saying? And when you spending that cash, it ain't really about the father. It's really what Father's Day is about. It's about worshiping the so-called white man. Right. He the one that run this empire. He the one that come up with all these different days for you to reference his God so he can get paid. Right. And how much longer are we going to continue to follow this man's gods? Keep on going, RJ. You chime in anytime. Y'all can get in.
No, you
go ahead.
Break down. You know how to break down.
Father's Day was and is celebrated close to the summer solstice. Mm-hmm. The Catholic Church calls it St. John's Day.
The what?
Saint who?
St. John's Day.
Good Lord.
The Catholic Church. There you go. You understand? The one thing that we need to get rid of. Listen, the worst drug amongst black people is not fentanyl. It ain't cocaine. It ain't heroin. Right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of that. It's these different religions. Right. You know what I'm saying? Roman Catholicism, Christianity, Islam, Buddha. You know, we gonna find something, Lamont. Yes, we gonna find something to worship. Right. You understand?
Definitely.
Please. You know, I thought you were gonna say something, y'all. We gonna find something to worship, but the one thing that we don't find as blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians is the God that we had before we went into slavery. Yeah. And that's the God that we need to find. And we know it's gonna be a rough call. You know what I'm saying? It's a rough thing, you know what I'm saying, to pull yourself away from the God of the people that's been oppressing you because we was forced and basically, you know what I'm saying, beat down, you know what I mean, something ridiculous in order to take on these different religions. Keep going, I will on.
Today, as in the past, Druids celebrate the solstice at Stonehenge in England. Mm-hmm. Wicca calls the summer solstice Litha. Bonfires are lit on Litha to signify the space between earth and sky. Herd animals were led between bonfires to bless them with fertility. People jump a bonfire to bring luck and blessings.
To bring what?
Luck and blessings.
And so once again, you don't even know what the hell you worshiping, even on Father's Day. You don't even understand the origin of it. Right. But once again, we all claim to believe in God and follow the Bible. And the Lord told us, you know what I'm saying, to not reference these idols. You understand? But yet we doing it every day. Namely, you know what I'm saying, the people who are in the Christian church.
That's right.
Namely, our people that are in these religions. You understand? Keep going.
Come on. In ancient times, goats or sheep were sacrificed to the sky gods. To the sky gods.
Like Father's Day and Mother's Day, Christmas and all these things, they all go hand in hand together. You see what I'm saying? These are things that are not real, people. Okay? You understand? Talking about a Father's Day and a Mother's Day, you know what I'm saying? Again, it ain't about your father, mother, but in your silliness because you've been led wrong. You know what I'm saying, by these preachers, man, and these guys who've been the head of blacks and Hispanics, you know what I'm saying? You in a hellified condition right now.
Right now.
You understand? From listening to these fools, you know what I'm saying, who got you doing idol worship and you don't even realize. Come on, Doc.
The gods of Father's Day are sky fathers. Zeus in Greece, Jupiter in Rome, Odin in Norse.
Come on.
And Dagda and Celtic religion. Mesopotamia, sky father was Anu. Let's see. That's it on that. Cap.
That's it.
Comic-Con.
So I mean, that's just the history. You know what I'm saying? Where can they find that information? Awalon?
Comic-Con. This is from a website called the Cornwall Seeker.
Yeah, if you want to know what the origin of Father Day is, you can look it up. You know what I'm saying? This is not something, you know what I'm saying, that God want us to do, man. The Lord want us to reference our parents, you know what I'm saying, every day.
And,
you know,
and what they gotta understand too, when it come to, if you want to know about how to serve the Lord, it can only be in that Bible.
That's it.
If whatever thing they telling you to follow ain't in that Bible, that's how you know it's man-made and it's idol worship. That's how simple it got to be.
That's it.
And the whole guys, and you know the struggle with black men, with even black men that might consider themselves Israelites, is you want a day to feel good about yourself with all the hell that you've been in. Now, what I thank the Lord for is there is a place where every day you can feel good about being a man, and that's here.
That's it.
Like in ISUPK, we don't need a day. Every day is a day. When we wake up, like when I got here, when I came up in here, I'm looking at my quad. I think we talk about stuff on the way. And when I was talking to Commander Jenny Hunter, we talking about what a great day today is, just because of all the times and events that's happening, and how we can just have brotherhood in that.
That's it.
That because we're right. Imagine ISUPK in '69 saying Russia coming back, because Russia wasn't back at the time.
Right.
Imagine in '69 they saying Iran, this war gonna happen at a time where it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
We are false prophets by everybody.
That's it. That's
and then, lo and behold, it's happening.
That's it.
So we don't need, like black men, you don't need a day. You just need to be in a place where you respected. That's what black men need. Black men need to be somewhere where they are respected, because the world does not respect you. The world does not respect the Hispanic man. The world doesn't give you the respect that you deserve. We are the propaganda.
That's it.
We are the propaganda of drug dealers. We are the propaganda of deadbeat dads. When if you look at the stats, when a father is in that child's life, that child is the best.
That's it.
Especially black fathers, as a matter of fact, are the #1 father in America.
That's it.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Right.
Don't let the propaganda. The propaganda is he ain't this, he ain't that, because the white. I put this picture on my page. It was Gloria Steinem standing next to this black woman, and they was talking about who taught our woman the feminist movement, and it was the CIA agent Gloria Steinem that taught the black woman she don't need a man,
right?
Except when she needs some dick. And when she needs some dick, now she need a man,
right?
And of course, the black man right there to give all the dick in the world,
right?
And then after that, she gonna write to Gloria Steinem saying I don't need you.
That's it.
And so, because we've been vilified for so long, you might believe the propaganda.
That's it.
And there's a propaganda that exists in America, welfare system. That white woman and white man is the #1 recipients of welfare.
That's it.
But we're the propaganda.
That's it.
The black father is vilified as the worst thing on the earth.
Yeah.
But when you look at the stat, and these ain't even, the crazy part about it is, and this is why you have to do research, these ain't even a black man's stats. This is not a black man's website.
Right.
This is a white man's website that will tell you that the black father is the most important father in America.
Damn right.
Now, if black women would listen to that, look at the kids would be different.
If I could say something on that point, like, and we say this all the time in the ISUPK, black women have been conditioned, you know what I'm saying, of course, by this society to where they'll give you that body. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no problem giving you brothers that tail. They'll do that, you know what I'm saying, on consignment. But when it comes to who they listen to, meaning who they gonna get a spirit to, that spirit belongs to the white man. So what's sad, a lot of you brothers got to understand this. The woman that you laying with right now, she giving you that body, but her spirit belongs to the so-called white man. And how do we know that? She listen to everything they say. You see what I'm saying? The white man come up with abortions. You know what I'm saying? We doing $500,000 a year. The white man tell you he the one that put it in a woman's head that she don't need a man, which is totally insane for a woman. That's a woman that says that is a woman that has mental illness to say that she don't need a man. Right. You understand? Yes. Like a man, just like a woman is important, a man is ultra important, especially as it pertains to a family. Right. Like Yacht was just saying, if you look at the statistics of when a man is not in the home, the children are going to grow up and be abnormal. You understand? So knowing that, how do we fight against it? We first, you know what I'm saying, go into see what the Lord said. And what the Lord said is this: a woman is bound to her husband so long as he liveth.
Now, what makes a man your husband? The minute you lay down in the bed and have sex with him. Now, church teaching you that a ring and a piece of paper is more important than who you give your body to,
right.
and all that's going to do is have you destroyed. So now you can go and just have leisure sex, you know what I'm saying, with whomever, and think that you ain't married, and that's not what the Lord said. And this is so important. This is so the reason why we need to find our God. And here's the crazy part. Our God ain't far off.
No.
Our God is right there in the Bible.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't think, you know what I'm saying, the God of the niggas is in the Bible because the white man had painted his face to be Christ, and now you think the Bible pertains to white people when it don't. When all you got to do is pick up the book and find out that this is the book of niggalations, like we like to call it.
Yeah, that's
this
it.
is the book of niggas. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
I know it's hard to believe. You see what I'm saying? But sometimes the truth can be right there in front of your goddamn face. And we telling you in the ISUPK, the truth is right there in front of your face. And it's time that you recognize what's going
and you
on.
know how
Go
simple
ahead,
it is?
please.
When Malachi said the Most High ain't far, Isaiah the 59th chapter, the Lord Isaiah says from the Lord that his hands is not too short to save. But your sins have withheld him from doing it. So the Lord right here, and it's like, damn, I wanna like, you ever see your son, and you know your son be messing up, and you know you can just pick him right up, but he won't listen.
Yeah.
But the minute he start listening, you just pick him right up. That's us. The minute you stop sinning is the minute the Lord's hand can now be on you, or the hand could be off you.
You know what's sad? You ask a typical Christian, well, what is sin?
Right.
Get me right, y'all. You battle Christian 24/7.
No, you right. You actually
wrong.
was. Listen, I had a brother. I was in the clubhouse room, and every nigga in the room and women rather, got mad at me when I said I don't break the commandments.
That's it.
And I said I'm not a sinner.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
Right.
You not a. I said. Answer me this then.
Come
Tell
on.
me what sin I can't keep. Or tell me what law I can't keep.
Right.
And then they don't have no answer. Because a Christian don't even think like that.
Yeah.
A Christian just wants to eat pork, have sex with hoes, get high, and be found not guilty.
That's it.
And that's too hard for them.
Right.
Y'all might, like to us in here, it's like, damn, it's just pork. That's what we think.
Right.
It's just pork.
Real talk.
To us, we think it's just vagina. Vagina exists everywhere. That's what we think.
That's it.
But to them, I got to have my pork.
That's it.
How many of y'all met a brother or sister when you start saying you can't eat pork, they don't come into the truth over pork? I mean, over pork. That's a small thing. That's a small thing.
Real
and then when I read to him, when Christ say, whosoever break the least commandment and teach men so, now he was talking about before he died. That's what they'll tell you.
Right.
So the reason why it's hard for Christians is because Jeremiah 17 says the sin is written on us like a diamond tip pen.
Real talk.
That's us.
That's it.
Like a diamond, and it's heavy that the Lord put a diamond because that's like the sharpest, one of the most potent minerals on the planet.
That's it.
And so it's so sharp, that's it engraved on our heart. That's sin.
That's it.
Engraved on us.
That's it.
And that's the battle. Because as even us as Israelites, there's gonna be something that might pop in your memory, like, damn, I did used to get it in like that.
Real talk.
You might be like, damn, man. And you might slight miss it.
Yep.
That's why we're spiritual. We're not carnal. And we was carnal. Even Paul said it in Romans the 7th chapter.
Come on,
For
y'all.
that I would do, I do not. Excuse me. That I want to do, I don't do.
That's it.
That I don't want to do, I do.
That's it.
Now, if I do that which I would not, I consent to the law, and that is good. So even us, we consenting to shit that we didn't like.
That's it.
You getting told, listen, before y'all come into the truth, these are all things you love to do too. But then you consented to what you did not want to do and became spiritual because of it.
Right.
And that's what Christians don't want to do. Christians
right.
don't want to be spiritual. They want to be carnal with this bullshit Father's Day. They want to be carnal with Memorial Day. They want to be carnal with Mother's Day. But bring up the Passover to them.
Man, listen, I guarantee, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a lot of violence on Father's Day today. And guess what that violence going to be? It's going to be people beating up their father or fighting their father because they going over there to Father's Day or Warrior just to tell them how much they hate him.
Yeah.
Just to tell them how much he ain't did nothing for him.
That's right.
You understand? They going over there exactly for that purpose. Once again, if you follow the white man, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. And if you follow him, guess what you're going to become? Kazawan, you're gonna become just like him.
Just like him.
And we, as black and Hispanics, we got to say to ourselves, man, goddamn, we wicked as hell. You first got to admit, my partner, I'm wicked as hell in order for you to change. And we wicked, and we have been wicked as hell. But because of the truth, because of Commander Jenny Yohana, we got to wait now to get cleaned up. You don't got to break God's laws. That's a damn lie, once again, that come out of the Christian church, which the Christian church is the house of Satan.
Fact.
Because only the house of Satan would teach you that you can't keep God's laws. And like I said that before, you don't even know what sin is. You run around talking about sin this, sin that. Sin is a breaking of God's laws,
That's
man.
it, right.
You see what I'm saying? But of course, we don't know that. And if you celebrating Father's Day today, you breaking God's law. And listen, the stories that come after Father's Day, we'll go over that Friday, Aki. You know what I'm saying, to find out all the madness that go on Father's Day. I'm coming to you, Kazawan. We'll go over that Friday just to show you how off this is. Come on, Kazawan. Y'all chime in anytime. Come on, Kazawan. Let's get it. Please.
A small note. I was gonna say what also is gonna come with this Father's Day is because of America and the horror that it has raised in our black women and Hispanic women, it's gonna cause the violence of 5 baby daddies coming over to one household to meet up with all these kids.
Yeah.
It's gonna cause violence amongst these black men.
Listen, sister gonna be sitting there in the couch with her robe. Which one of y'all daddy at the door? Look out the window and see. I got something for it.
Yo, which one of y'all daddy is crazy?
Salaki, go ahead, cause I want.
No, that was it. You just I mean,
daddy, yo, that's
you just gotta want to like majority of the black and Hispanic women today. They got multiple baby daddies. So you know, of course. You know, you got a lot of men that's going to be coming to this house today to celebrate this Father's Day.
Yeah.
You just got to wonder that by the end of the night, it's going to be violence amongst these fathers.
That's
come
a
to
fact.
see, and then the man that's living in the household now, even, you know, his territory is being invaded now by these men that's coming over to see their children.
Yeah,
so,
that's it.
you know, you just got you know that evil is going to happen by the end of the night. That was it.
That's it. Get a brother a hand. You understand? We got that scripture. Let's get that scripture, Ryan.
I got it, Cap.
Please.
Come. There's a book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 3, verse 3.
Come on.
Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins.
Whoso do what?
Whoso honoreth his father make an atonement for his sins.
Yeah, you understand? Like you make an atonement for your sins, meaning the things that you done wrong. You know, it's so quick to say your father ain't this and your father ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord instructed you to honor your father. What does that mean? When your father get a certain age, you know what I'm saying? It is a law for you to look out for your father, just like your father looked out for you when you were a child.
God.
A lot of you know what I'm saying, your father wasn't around because your mother was just that much of a dragon. You understand? That's another truth that we got to face. There's a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, in order for a man to keep his manhood, he just can't come around, even if it sacrifice him not seeing his kids, because some of these women, not all, but some of you sisters are just that horrible.
You know
that a cat can't even, he can't even come around and bring a gift around, damn near. You understand?
And you know when that son go ahead,
just one last point, right? And you know when most brothers find how wicked their mother is?
About to say it. Go ahead.
When they
That's
listen.
what I'm about to say. That's what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you got it. Go ahead.
Listen, man. When they get older and go get the same evil bitch that their mother is, then they find out.
That's
They
right.
Understand.
Go ahead, y'all.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Then, do you understand why your father wasn't there? When you pick that same woman.
That's it.
And when you go through the same thing, you say, damn, this is why Pops wasn't here.
Yeah.
You know what else?
Come on.
Then you understand why the other baby father left.
That's it.
You know, when you get with that baby mama, when you get with that woman and she got kids.
They thinking they getting the prize.
You think not only do you get the prize,
Yeah.
you hearing all the shit that she say about the previous baby father.
Yeah.
Right. And you like, yeah, damn, that's messed up. I wouldn't have done that.
Right.
I would have did this. I would have did that. Oh, she ain't did nothing wrong. She gonna word it so perfectly that you think, damn, why that nigga did it wrong? Why that nigga, man, goddamn, put that nigga on child support.
You know what it is? Yeah. They be like Jaheim.
Yeah.
You better put that wall there first. See, you know what he say? See, he ain't put you first.
Yeah, he ain't put you
I'm
first.
gonna put you first. And listen, Jaheim put him first.
Yeah.
Can we get a picture? No, we gonna do nothing like that.
No, you know the comparison though is Jaheim and Too Short.
Come on.
Too Short called her a bitch.
Yeah, he did.
Too Short looking real healthy right now.
Man, listen. Hey,
Jaheim put her first.
Yeah.
Jaheim look like crackhead.
Hold on. Hey, listen. Rubber one. When the end of this podcast comes, I want you to blow the whistle. What's my favorite word?
Bitch.
Man, listen. Sometimes a woman need to be called that when she act like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But in all seriousness, you see how Jaheim look for putting a woman first. Like if you a so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, we ain't telling you to love your woman. We love our women here. We'll give our life for our women.
That's right.
But we all supposed to be in charge of our woman. And when it come to putting anybody first, the one you supposed to put first, get me right on this, y'all, is the Most High.
That's it.
The Most High comes
That's what
first.
the Bible say.
You understand?
The head of Christ is the Most High.
That's it.
So the Most High is above Christ.
That's it.
And then the woman, the head of her is the man.
Right.
That's supposed to be her first communication gateway to the Most High is a man.
That's it.
Even if you single, it's a man. That's it. It's called the priesthood.
That's it.
That's where you go because a woman without structure is a monster.
That's it.
You ain't got to believe me. The world teaches itself.
That's it.
Look at all these black women without structure. They are absolutely monsters.
That's it.
And they will go out there and vilify them. And for you children, and y'all got to feel that. I mean, you got to feel it's something heavy. Like you grew up without your father and you ain't got compassion on your father, you don't even understand life. Because a father, you put me on child support. I got my kids running around here. Let for the sake of argument, any of them put me on child support. You won't even see it. Because as a man, you have to keep your manhood.
That's it.
You do not bow down. There's nowhere in the text that says I'm supposed to bow down to a woman or children.
That's it.
The Bible actually says, let the children seek to thee.
That's it.
Then you should be at their courtesy.
That's in the
But
Bible.
the earth says,
Yeah.
no matter what a woman does to you,
you got to be there for the kids.
That's right.
Yeah. That thing that happened with Umar Johnson.
Yeah.
Umar Johnson is explaining how this woman was a monster to him.
Mm-hmm.
Explaining how she wanted to control. He couldn't discipline this girl. Couldn't do nothing to this girl. And so Umar just said, "Okay, I'm gonna just pay the money, and that's it."
Mm-hmm.
And the world will vilify him for that, not understanding that the woman is using that child as a weapon.
Right. And look, what you saying, Yak, is so heavy. I'm coming to you, Avalon. What you saying, Yak, is so heavy. The spirit behind that scripture, black man, is keeping your masculinity now is ultra important. When you being oppressed, we being oppressed here in America. You can't give up your masculinity because your kids want you around. Like, it's gonna hurt the kids to see you be emasculated in front of them. So where your son ain't gonna know what it is to be no man. Your daughters ain't gonna know what it is to be no man. And we got to stop this, man. The way that you correct a sickness, man, is medicine. And in the UPK, the ISUPK, we hate it. Christ was hated. That's fine. But we got the truth. We got that medicine that even though it don't taste good to you, it's something that's gonna fix you at the end of the day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you supposed to show love to your father. You supposed to look at all the hell your fathers, black fathers, done been through in America and have some goddamn sympathy for a black man for once in your stupid life, man. You got sympathy for everybody else except your own. And you ain't gonna get nowhere hating your father, as this scripture is saying. Finish reading what you got, y'all. Please.
Verse 4.
Come on.
And he that
skip verse 4, drop to verse 6.
Verse 6. Come. Verse 6. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life. And he that is obedient.
Read that again.
Come. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life.
Keep going.
And he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother.
And these are lessons we supposed to learn. Like, the thing about us coming into the truth, we come into the truth as grown men for the most part. But if you as a child raising and having this understanding, the reason why you have a long life is because you was obedient to your father. You was obedient to, you notice it says the father and the mother. That's one thing the Bible don't do. The Bible is not impartial.
Yeah.
So the Bible is saying, if you have a long life, if you honor your father, and you'll be a comfort to your mother. Because that's the one thing that at the surface level, every ethnicity needs. Every ethnicity needs family structure. You find a nation that's destroyed, you're going to find a nation that does not have family structure. That's why you see the black household destroyed. And so what it's telling sons and daughters, and this ain't something you teach a 20-year-old or 25-year-old, you can, but this is something they're supposed to be learning at 8, at 10, at 12, at 14. This has to be embedded in them like math, like 2 + 2. And if it is, what makes it have a long life is because now when they have their kids, you create a cycle. You know how they always talk about we under, what they call it, generational curses? You know why we under generational curses? Because we have generationally taught our kids to be disobedient. The only way you can have generational blessings is if you generationally teach kids how to obey the commandments.
That's it.
So the generations we have now with the kids running around back and forth, that generation comes, pass down what they learn from us. And then they pass down what they learn from them. And then they pass down what they learn from them. What do we pass down? Drugs, abortion, Christianity, love the white man, Christmas, Father's Day. That's what we pass down. And so we don't even know what it means to have honor because America does not teach any honor for a black father. It does not. You gonna say something?
Why would they when we their enemy?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We must. That's why history is important. They ain't bringing their friends over here on slave ships. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? They brought their enemies over here on slave ships, and we always gonna be enemies to the state of America. And once again, you know how America stays intact. America got, get me right on this, Jacques. They got what you call a constitution.
Right.
You understand? They follow that constitution. And guess
Absolutely.
what? The American Constitution works well for them.
Absolutely.
Around where your constitution at? Where the black and brown man's constitution at? You see what I'm saying? Huh? That Bible, you know what I'm saying? That Bible, you know what I'm saying, is the constitution, you know what I'm saying, for black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men. You see what I'm saying? That's what our constitution is. And everything we reading out of the Bible. Like, so what I'm saying is this: when we go turn back to these scriptures, this is going to be the thing that fix us. This is the thing that's going to be able to put us in a position of power, just like America got in the position of power, referencing their constitution. I know you wanted to say something, Oxlock.
Yeah, come on,
please.
If I could,
please.
Sir, a prime example of a woman using her child against the father that came out recently publicly was DDG and Halle Bailey. She was a stone cold psychopath, and the brother brought out the text messages showing allegedly she slept with another man and he didn't want to take her back, so she used
big up to that brother. You understand? Yeah, it's all good. Go ahead, Pre.
So she pretty much used the child as a shield or to take him hostage to keep him in her life.
So listen, get a brother a hand for not taking her back. You know what I'm saying? Like black man, and you know what I'm saying. You don't ever take a woman back after she sleep with another man. The Bible say that land is now defiled. You know what I'm saying? That woman will always be an enemy to you forever. So don't you ever do that. A woman wasn't meant to be shared by other men. You see what I'm saying? So don't you ever do that. So big up to the brother for having the necessary integrity that you're supposed to have as a man. Now, once again, it's very important that as black and Hispanic men, you understand that we serve our God. You know what I'm saying? It's important that we serve our God because women naturally, they're going to align themselves with the men. You understand? So if we in the Christian church and if we believing in gods that ain't got nothing to do with us, then our woman, she gonna take a hold of that God and become an enemy against us because we following the God that we ain't supposed to follow. So it started with us, with us brothers, man. We turn back to the Most High, our women gonna follow us, you know what I'm saying, and do the same thing. So it's time to get ourselves in line, get ourselves together. I think we pretty much done chopped up Father's Day.
Wait, it can't get the last verse.
Please.
Can we get this last verse?
Please.
Verse 10.
Go ahead.
Glory not in the glory not
that's the hard part.
in the dishonor of thy father.
This is the most important part right here.
Go ahead, y'all.
Like you ain't supposed to glory. Keep read the rest of the verse.
Come, sir. For thy father's dishonor is not glory unto thee.
You know how they always say, like they'll say your father ain't shit.
Okay.
How could your father be not shit when you here? If your father ain't shit, then I ain't shit. If my father ain't shit, then I ain't shit.
That's heavy.
And one thing, I am the shit.
Damn right.
That's what I believe.
Give it up.
So
Give
if
it
I'm
up.
the shit, don't y'all?
Damn right.
So if I'm the shit,
come on,
Then my father got to be the shit because I was in his balls before I was implanted in my mama.
Go ahead.
I was in my daddy's nuts.
Yeah.
And
So
then-
you saying a person grows up and say they daddy ain't shit, and they the seed that they daddy.
They the seed of their daddy. That means your daddy made somebody that ain't shit.
That's exactly what they say.
And that's what we don't understand. When you start bashing your father, you are a reflection of your father.
That's it.
Right.
So how about it be reversed? Yeah, my father did that, but he had me.
Right.
And so I'm the greatest thing my daddy has. So now my daddy's let my father's reputation be based on how I live my life.
That's it.
Not on how he lived his life. He
That's
gone, he old, he's feeble. He ain't got the strength that I have.
Yeah.
Because we supposed to learn from those mistakes.
Yeah.
But instead, we content now. At the same time, like I always say,
Yeah.
that mama, like Pac said, even as a crack fiend mama.
Come on.
You always was a black queen mama.
Man, that's heavy.
So the father, if the father's a fiend,
Yeah.
he ain't shit.
Right.
If the mother's a fiend, she's the queen.
Right.
That's the agenda they have on fathers.
That's it.
Right. Hey, man, if I could, to your point,
Get
Cap,
out.
it's so insane that you can make it poetic that your mother's a crackhead.
Right.
And still
Yeah.
have love for
That's
her.
a bar.
Couple cups.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if your father suffered that same condition,
Yeah.
he's just a piece of trash.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. If I could, I'll be offered in
Yeah,
1
y'all
second.
listen. Go ahead. Get
I'll be
out.
offered in 1 second. You see how they made that mantra for the mother?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying she shouldn't get it.
Yeah.
But what I am saying, where's that for the dad?
Yeah.
Where's that for the father?
Yeah.
Every song about a father, he's a piece of trash. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Even Shaq's song bigging up his father, that the man that raised him, even had the shit on his father.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You always been a father, even though my biological didn't bother."
Yeah.
What good songs do we have for fathers?
That's it.
Even that mantra, when I was on the street style, I said Umar Johnson got to make a mantra. He always say, "Black queens forever, snow bunnies never." Now, first of all, they ain't snow bunnies, they roaches.
That's it.
But where's the mantra for men?
Man, right.
Like, where's the mantra for men? Like, where's the mantra that exists for black men? There is none.
That's it. That's
There's
it.
more mantras for vilifying, for demonizing them.
Yeah.
There's nothing to where the same way you can make that cadence for the mother as the crack fiend.
Go ahead.
Make that cadence for a brother that's a dope head. Make
That's
that
it.
cadence for him. Because my father was a fucking dope head.
Right.
My father was an absolute dope head.
Right.
And my business is named after my father because he
Come on,
made
man.
me.
Come on, man.
You understand? Like that's what you're supposed to do. You want to revere that, and then you know what that do for them young brothers that's growing up without a pops when they know what you did for your pops and how you revere your pops.
Yeah.
They won't look at their life as a mistake.
Uh-huh.
They won't look at their dad as a mistake.
Yeah.
They might change their process.
Come on.
Because you know who beating their father down all day?
Go ahead.
They mama.
Right.
That's right.
So them kids that hate their daddy because they done heard their mama talk shit about their daddy. And the worst part about it is,
Go ahead.
worst part is, don't look like your daddy.
Yeah.
If that kid is with that single mother,
Uh-huh.
and and that kid looks like the father,
Yup.
that kid gonna go through more hell.
That's it.
As when he get yelled at,
Yeah.
you look like your ugly ass daddy.
Yeah.
If daddy wasn't shit, you ain't gonna be shit.
That's
That's
a
what a
fact.
kid got to grow up with.
That's it. That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to add that. Salaki.
Man, get a good Cap for y'all can hand for that, man. And listen, our people take on that demon, y'all. Get me right on this because this is what the demon that the white man wants you to take on.
Absolutely.
Because once again, we enemies, we natural born enemies, according to the Bible, to the white man. So he gonna put the propaganda in the earth that black men ain't nothing and black man ain't shit. Your daddy ain't nothing. And he gives that to our woman. She takes it and carry on. And he gives it to us. We take it and carry it on. But I'd like to ask the people out there listening the question. If you remove black men from America, what would America be? Right? Because last time I looked and researched, the muscle of the black man is what built America.
That's right.
In them slave fields. Now, our sisters too. But the muscle, I'm talking about the muscle of a black man is what established America to be a superpower. You understand? Whether it was in the slave fields or us moving to these northern cities and working in these steel factories. Those was black men that built the the muscle of this place. It was black men that fought in them civil wars. It was black men that fought in World War I, World War II, Vietnam. So black men gonna get all the credit in the world from real niggas that love real niggas. We ain't gonna shame black men up in here because that like the scripture just said, what honor is that gonna give us to shame another black man? You understand? So it start with us. We're going to give black men the just due and the love that they so necessary need in this place. And understand that the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of, and he want us to be demonized in this place. When we going to wake up and see that and reverse the damn curses like Yak was just bringing out. You see what I'm saying? Instead of following this man and what he believed. He plays so many psychological games with us. It's a shame that so many educated people can't pick up on the game that he playing. Capt make it to the NBA. Who get all the credit for him being the NBA? The single black mother. When anybody know, even if a father ain't around, if the minute a cat is good in basketball, get me right on this, Mapatazai, your coach become your father. The neighborhood become the father. Everybody become the father because they look at you as a goddamn meal ticket. It ain't had nothing to do with the damn mother. You understand? Damn near. She just there really, you know what I'm saying, to feed and clothe. But everybody becomes your goddamn parent. You know, I'm coming to you, Mapatazai.
Hey, can I read something real fast?
Please.
So somebody sent me this link, right? This is on subject of Father's Day, right? And the link says, hold on, let me get back to it. Hold on, bear me 1 second. This is Devin Haney, the boxer, right? Devin Haney, the boxer, says, stop using kids to control our men or as a come up. The kids don't deserve that. The baby mother says, I would never understand how anyone can have kids in this world and live every day like they don't exist. This is Devin Haney's response. I never acted like my kids don't exist. I fight to see my kids. My child's mother won't let me see my baby unless I threaten to cut her money off, or if I'm tired of having to pay, I'm tired of having to pay to see my child every time. So he got to pay to see that child.
That's it.
And he said it looks crazy on the internet, but y'all don't know what go on behind the scenes.
Real talk. Real talk.
And that's what brothers have to do. That's why, for me,
come on, y'all,
I'm going to pay it. You just won't see me.
That's it.
Period.
That's it.
And you can call me a deadbeat. You can call me all that. By the time my kids get older, they'll understand. I'll have a conversation with them.
That's it.
And like you said earlier, they'll know when they pick that woman that does the same exact thing to them.
Right.
And then they'll understand.
And then they'll understand. You understand, Lamar?
Come on, guys. I want to say like what you're talking about how strategic it is about America making sure we hate black, Hispanic, Native Indian men. And then when they do that, especially when it comes to the kids or whatever the case, that's only really just going to help the whole LGBTQ community.
That's it.
You feel me? Like they're pushing us away from even being men.
Yeah.
So since you hate being black men or hate black men, you're going to either go find, instead you're gonna change yourself to try to be a woman.
Yeah.
You feel my point?
You're gonna emulate that woman.
And then of course women, since you hate black men, you're either gonna run to other nations of men, or you're gonna go just get another woman.
That's it.
You feel my point? So that's just leading us into more sin just by hating black men.
That's right, brother.
I'm right.
My partner's out. You have something you want to say out? Please give him the mic, Akim. You got it.
It was just piggybacking on what you was bringing out already. You know what I'm saying? Like when a little boy want to play sports or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When and the father not around. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, once he see good, wants to become the father. And the thing is with boys trying to play sports, they mother sometimes. I ain't saying every case. Is they biggest obstacle to overcome, because the mother is telling that child every day after school, come home and make sure you taking care of these kids, because she trying to go to work and, you know what I'm saying, pay for the bills or whatever. So for a boy to goddamn it even actually go through that, he got to jump through the hoop of his mother, you know what I'm saying? But he know he got the skills to take the family to the next level. But it's an obstacle he got to overcome to even, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Go ahead, Aram. I'm coming to you next, Ramwan. Ramwan gonna be the last point on this. We're gonna move on. Go ahead, Aram.
If I can, 50% of the households, black households, my oldest son, when he was first born, his mama turned over and looked at me and asked me, why are you here? I'm like, what? This ain't your son. I'm like, okay, bitch. And I left. But as time went past, this little nigga growing up, This my son. He act just like me, look just like me.
Right.
So one day I had to sit him down when he was like 13 or 14, and I had to explain to him why I wasn't messing with him. Because when she said that, they came home. Every time he walked up to me, I'm doing like this. I'm pushing them, fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. That's what I was doing. Then my second son was born, same crap. I'm like, God damn, I got to get out of here.
Right.
But yeah, and then the thing that was so ironic, as I was growing up, I met my old man when
Watch
I
your
was.
head back. Move back your head back a little bit of Warrior so the camera could get.
I met my old man. I was 15, and I was so curious about who he was. My mother introduced me to some nigga, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, hell no, this not my dad. She telling me this my dad. I'm like, hell no, this nigga, I don't look like this nigga. But when I did finally meet my old man, we after a little period of time, we developed a relationship. Then once I got into the truth, General Muhammad was doing a class. He was like, "You got to forgive your parents, no matter what kind of, no matter who, what kind of people they are." And in his last days, I was there for him because of the truth, because I was bitter somewhat, what I'm saying, because the nigga wasn't there for me, like y'all brought out. I was raised in the streets. The streets raised me. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, the main niggas on them blocks, I'm looking at them and they driving up in them big cars, pockets full of money. So I'm like, shit, I want to be like these niggas. But it just go to show, man, how a lot of brothers out there that want to be a part of their kids' lives, but there's some wicked women out here, man.
Damn right.
Because of this system. And my mama was a bitch. My grandmama was a bitch. Half of my family, most of my game I got off of the women in my family, because one nigga will pull up, when he leave, another one pull up, then another one, they getting all this bag. They niggas taking care of these women left and right. And I'm looking at them, I'm talking to them. One of my cousins, I'm finna finish, she told me, she said, I don't want no husband. I like messing with married men because I could get what I want and they got to go home. It just goes to show you how a lot of our sisters are destroyed out here, man.
That's right. The brother hand. Rumble one.
Man, real quick, just to touch on what you was talking about with the brothers or whatever. Like, I never heard a brother that's in the NFL or the NBA or whatever, Hall of Fame speeches or coming into their rookie year or when they finally make money, say, first, they always ask this question, what's the first thing you going to do with your money? The first thing they ever say is, I'm going to buy my mama a house, a mansion. I've never heard them say I'm going to buy my daddy one.
Right.
I never saw not one time them say, I'm going to buy my daddy a mansion. And it just show you how diabolical America is, first off, to our kids, or to show that the mother runs the household, because that's what it means.
Right.
It shows that my mother ran the household. She struggled so hard that, you know what I'm saying, the nigga that was in jail, that went to jail for selling drugs to take care of you and your mama, don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
He don't mean nothing because he was in jail. He a drug dealer. But your son never, your kids or your daughter never know why he went to jail. They just know he went to jail for selling drugs, not knowing that he was trying to make your life better. And he just made bad decisions. But now when he gets big and goes into the NBA, he gonna go and buy his mama a house. He ain't gonna go buy daddy a house, knowing he spent 15 years in jail because of the fact that he tried to make your life great in the first place.
Right.
Because America would never show you that. They only want to show you the diabolical part of men. And Father's Day is a diabolical part of America because it tried to show you, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Why would they try to impress you on what a father is? Who the hell is America to tell me who a father is, and then turn around and then lock my father up in the 1990s where I didn't have him for 10 years?
That's
How
it.
the hell you gonna tell me to celebrate a Father's Day?
That's it.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
it. He gonna tell you to celebrate Father's Day, because really Father's Day is about worshiping the white man. It ain't about your father. You see what I'm saying? That's what we must remember as we break this down. This is about the white man. And you said something heavy. You know what I'm saying? They leave women in charge to run the house. That woman ain't running that house. The white man running that house.
Absolutely.
She does everything the white man say to do. And so the white man is running your house. He just ain't physically in your house, which is how diabolical this place is. Yeah, I mean, so I think we did pretty much, y'all man, we was dead on Father's Day. Lamar, what you got next?
Well, if that's the case, you might as well skip this first video. The first video was a black sister talking about how black women really don't like black men. So I don't know if you wanted to skip that. And move
No,
on
I
to
don't
this
want to skip that. I want you to play that.
Go on, go.
No, I do not want you to skip that one. This is a heavy video right here.
not care about black men, okay? Black women, unfortunately, sis, and I know y'all coming to beat me up, and I ain't talking about all us, but I'm talking about the majority. They don't even care about their children. They would rather abort their children than to give them life, okay? Black people, black men, right? You at some point you're gonna have to pick a side, right? Black men have to come back into the forefront, and you all have to take a lead if you all want to save black life, right? Because a black woman, she can go anywhere, right, to get what she feel like she needs, right? Who's gonna be there for you? Who's gonna save you? I hope y'all not waiting on us, because I damn sure can't do it by myself.
You when you ran,
bring that part back. What she said. Who y'all waiting on?
Yeah,
bring it back. Damn, so ain't us.
A black woman, she can go anywhere.
Pause that. Y'all believe that? Black woman can go anywhere?
They don't know.
Black woman been going everywhere except the black man.
Right.
Since been in America, where's the black woman got? And now, when she's saying that, I don't want to be too against her, right? But she's wrong there. What I mean when I say she's wrong, the way she should have said it was, a black woman thinks she can go anywhere. Right. That's what she should have said. Right. Because that's what she's trying to say. What she trying to say is, the black woman needs leadership. She can go anywhere. Right. But is black woman need leadership because she thinks she can go anywhere?
That's it.
Because we've seen the black woman go to her greatest God to ever exist in America, the white man.
That's it.
And it has gotten her nothing. Except make her have babies and abort some so she can get government assistance, she can kick him out the house, or she can vilify the black man. That's it. But what does she gain? Even successful black women are lonely.
That's right.
Successful black women are absolutely lonely and pay for rod.
Right.
They cannot keep nobody. You ain't listen. This teaches itself. All these black celebrities, they pay. Why are they single? Regina King, what's her name? Regina Hall, what's the girl? Regina Hall. Sanaa Lathan, they are single. Listen, we got Denzel. Denzel married. Morris Chestnut married. I could name celebrity men that are in marriage relationships. These women that are successful is lonely as shit. You know why? Because they're taught that if your man is not on the same economic level as you, you can't be with them.
Right.
But then when the economic man is taught that his woman is white. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Let it sizzle. Let it marinate. Let it cook.
We in a super.
That's the trick bag. That's the trick bag. The successful black man is taught his counterpart is a white woman.
That's it.
The black woman is taught her counterpart is nobody.
Right.
That's what she taught.
Right.
Because for sure, the black man, if she going by the financial, and even if she gets somebody financially stable, she does not want a man. She wants somebody she can talk down to, she can bully, she can control. The minute he got some power, she don't want him. That's why you see these black women that's successful, lonely as hell.
That's right.
Talk about I'm looking for love and I'm trying to find this, and then they go into a woman that thinking a woman gonna teach them how to be with a man. When the woman is never gonna give another woman advice that might get the man that she looking for.
Exactly.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Exactly. And we got
I can let it sizzle.
Listen, we got bad news for you black women, man. Like to give up faith, you know what I'm saying, on a black man in these last days, which we about to get ready to go into the third world war as well. All nations finna get ready to go on war. It's some very dangerous and serious times coming. And guess what? With these serious times coming, Chinese women, they gonna get closer and closer to Chinese men.
Yes.
The women, the Iranian women, guess what they gonna cleave
Closer.
to the Iranian men.
That's right.
America, white women, guess who they gonna cleave to? They gonna cleave to that white man.
right.
So on and so forth.
Yeah.
Somehow our women believe that her not being cleaved unto us is an evil thing. You see what I'm saying?
That's the reproach Isaiah 4:1 talking about.
Isaiah 4:1 all day long.
They gonna come. Can I just be called Tazaryach?
Yeah, right.
Just do something. I don't want nothing.
That's right.
I just want to be called because it's hard out here.
That's it.
That's what it's gonna be.
That's it.
Hey, can I be Mama Quads? Can I be Mother? Can I be Rhymes? Can I be
Rhyme like that. Rhyme like that. Let me know you want to
I'm
smile.
listening. I'm got
I was
this
like,
right.
Slag it, Cap.
He like the sound of that.
yeah.
Slag it if I could, Cap. You
Please.
just trying not to put it back on you because you what 47 right now.
But they gonna come out the rumors. Like they
it.
gonna come out the full. Listen, what y'all seeing in that Middle East, man? If that thing tip over,
Yeah.
and America get in it,
Yeah.
because y'all don't understand. If America get in it, you know who got to get in it now? Russia.
Let's
gotta
don't
get
wait. Let's
it.
say that.
Oh,
Let's wait till
sorry.
we're gonna pull that next.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? But you want to finish
Yeah,
playing
you
this,
can
finish playing this video, Rob.
Right? To get what she feel like she needs. Right? Who's gonna be there for you? Who's gonna save you? I hope y'all not waiting on us. Cause I damn sure can't do it by myself.
And she's saying, "I'm with you."
Damn.
There just ain't no other women with me.
That's it.
And she like, "Who y'all waiting on?"
So she think, you know what I'm saying? Like you was just saying, it's sisters out there.
It's sisters out
Isaiah
there.
4:1 say 7 women gonna take hold of one man. So big up to all the righteous sisters out there that see past the bullshit of America
That's right.
and see past the bullshit of the white man who's the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you sisters. It is some real sisters out there.
Definitely.
And they are definitely, you real sisters out there that hear what we saying, you are definitely needed in this day and time.
That's
you see
right.
what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Where we going next, Lamont?
Come on. Next up, we're gonna go into something that's global on the earth.
Come on.
We understand the Israeli attacks on Iran's capital.
That's
that happened
right.
on Friday. God, where
Shit
bombs are falling and America's gonna be in the fight real soon. Lord allow.
Damn right,
If I could, Cap.
please.
I'm like Chris Tucker, Rush Hour.
Yeah,
Push the goddamn button.
that's it.
Push the goddamn button.
Listen, but they don't understand why we saying push the button.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But we gonna get into it. Where we at with it?
We got a video.
Let me just spin this real quick. All right, go ahead, play that. I had to spin that thing for you.
He did that for me, y'all. Don't.
Well, Partners Eye, give me all the way right on these niggas, man. That's a righteous jealousy.
I thought my headpiece was.
Look at that.
Fresh wave of strikes. That's what captured.
We all right?
Yeah, we are pulling up another video.
Y'all hang tight. Brothers pulling up another video of the Iranian and Israel war that's going on right now. If I could, while the brother's doing that, I want to give a big shout out to Captain DeGargobar, ISUPK St. Louis. We was just down there. Brother did a food clothes drive. Also, the brother had an amazing lecture. What was the name of the lecture, Lamont?
Mo drugs, not the plague, but not the plug.
Not the plague, but the plug.
Yeah, not the plague, but the plug.
Not the plague, but the plug. You understand? Very, very.
But the plague, not the plug, the plague, not the
Y'all, you confused me. One man, and brother at a time. Please.
So like you said,
Please.
It was Mo drugs, Mo meaning Missouri. He was talking about the state of Missouri.
Right.
He said not the plague, not the plug, but the plague. So
Not the
basically
plug, but the plague.
Talking about how Missouri is so swamped in drug we was out there. He said,
Yeah, for sure. It was a very heavy lecture. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the plug, but the plague. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the drugs is the plague. You know what I'm saying? To be a drug addict is a plague in itself. You know what I'm saying? That is on our people something heavy, and which is why so many brothers and sisters don't come into the goddamn truth, because they can't put down that weed.
Right.
That's like Yacht was just saying when we started the show about the whole pork. You know what I'm saying? About that, brothers and sisters act like they can't stop eating damn pork. When last time I checked, get me right on this part, beef bacon tastes better anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you're not allowed to get high. You ain't gonna be up in heaven. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you Negroes think you're gonna die and be smoking blunts with Christ up in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Or be smoking blunts with Tupac when you die. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that real. You understand? At all. So get off of the drugs, okay? And let's get cleaned up and get our mind where it's supposed to be in these day and times. Because this video we about to play, about to show you, you know what I'm saying, what serious times are going on in the earth right now. All right? Where we at with it?
Video.
Please.
Strikes on Iran, and that is raising fears of an all-out war in the region. According to Israeli officials, around 200 warplanes attacked Iranian military sites and Iranian nuclear facilities. Those strikes also killed several Iranian generals. Iran's supreme leader promised, quote, severe punishment for the attack.
Strikes are continuing even as we speak. Israel says that Iran launched over 100 drones earlier this morning, but Iran denies that right now while saying that Israel hit multiple new sites today. Israel's prime minister, meanwhile, Benjamin Netanyahu, has vowed that more attacks will happen for, quote, as many days as it takes in order to neutralize Iran. Roaring off to attack Iran, Israel says 200 fighter jets struck more than 100 targets in the capital Tehran and dozens of sites across the country in Operation Rising Lion, including Iran's heart of uranium enrichment, Natanz, with its thousands of centrifuges deep underground, said Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs. 9.
And within a few months or less than a year, he said, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon. Israeli warplanes also hit nuclear sites in Isfahan, Tabriz, and Arak, killing leading nuclear scientists, and military sites in Parchin and Kermanshah. At least 20 senior commanders were also killed, including Hossein Salami, chief of Iran's elite military intelligence force, the Revolutionary Guards. Residents in this Tehran neighborhood were dazed. Others called for Israel's destruction. These are Israel's final breaths, God willing, said this nurse. Some peace will come. Some Israelis preparing for Iran's promised retaliation also invoked God.
God is always with us. We had no choice. We can't wait till they do something, then it'll be too late.
And Iran now says that it will not join nuclear talks set for this Sunday, but Steve Witkoff, that is President Trump's Mideast envoy, is still expected to fly to Oman, at least for now. Iran's supreme leader has vowed severe punishment, and its military said that Iran will exact a heavy price, not just on Israel, but also on the United States.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
Where we going, AJ?
Yeah, Khan, sir, if I could.
Please.
The thing that amazes me about Israel has nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
So if you have nukes, how can you impose that somebody else can't make their own?
Yeah.
So you got the advantage, you want somebody else to stay at a disadvantage. So like it's just like the arrogance of the white man is just astonishing.
That to me right there is a man that doesn't have a God. Right. That's what we don't understand. You see these nations going to war the way they go on to rum, it's because they don't have a God. You know what I'm saying? So they need these nuclear weapons to establish their point. You know what I'm saying? And only a coward. Here, Israel and the United States, which are really terrorists in the world, they want to be the only ones with nuclear weapons.
Right.
And they attacking Iran because Iran, you know what I'm saying, is probably trying to get nuclear weapons to protect themselves.
Right.
Like only the white man, you know what I'm saying, don't want you to protect yourself. I don't understand it, you know what I'm saying? And because of it, what y'all don't understand, man, like the scriptures say, pull the scripture where it says the land of the valley of Jehoshaphat. You understand? Pull that scripture real quick. What y'all don't understand is that when y'all get to seeing these wars take place, starting namely in the Middle East, this is the beginning, you know what I'm saying, of Armageddon, like something you could not believe. You know what I'm saying? Armageddon, what Armageddon does is it signifies, you know what I'm saying, the basically the beginning of us being free out of American captivity.
That's right.
Because the Most High is going to begin to now start moving on the kingdom of America. You understand? And that's extra important for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, because make no mistake, you know what I'm saying, that at the same time you see the wars going on over in the Middle East, you also see the white man trying to come down on our so-called Hispanic brothers and on our you so-called Negroes or whatever, because he know, like the scriptures say, he ain't got but a short time left, which is why it's so important to us to find our God. Like, you better get in that closet and pray to the Most High to point you in the direction on where the truth is, and the Lord gonna point you into the direction of the ISUPK under command of Jenny and Hannah. You understand? And if you're a prophet, hold your point out. If you're a prophet up in here or whatever the case may, you make sure you hold your post and get serious about the work of the Lord, because your people need you in this day and time. Right. So don't look over at the wars in the Middle East and you seeing that going back and forth. You better be trying to look, where do you fit at in this head? Like Donald Trump, they just did, you know what I'm saying, a thing where they had the army march up and down so that the United States military showed their power. Right. You know what I'm saying, with the arm. Get me right on that, marching up and down. I got news for you black and Hispanic people. That military march that they did for the United States to show their strength and power, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Right. You see what I'm saying? Your army and your strength and your power is with the brothers in the ISUPK who give a damn about you, man. And guess what? We got a God that is going to defend us. But like Yacht was bringing out earlier, I had a sister ask me, well, where's this sky guy y'all keep talking about? And I came back and asked, I said, well, sis, let me ask you a question before I answer that. If you got a father and the father put the children out the house, and you want to wonder why why the father ain't letting back, the children ain't coming back in the house, what's the reason why they not coming back in the house? She ain't want to answer the question. The reason why the father put them children out the house is because they wasn't listening to the father. That's right. And the father ain't going to let them children back into his house until them children start doing what he say to do. Right. So until we ready to start doing what God say to do, don't worry about where the Most High at. You see what I'm saying? And as prophets, we on the streets telling you what the Lord require of you, what the Lord require of you to do, so you can get the protection from the Most High. Like, the God ain't a fake God. You ain't gonna disobey him, be disobedient, and then expect him to protect you. What good father moved like that? That ain't how a good father roll. A good father know you need discipline and you need punishment for when you do wrong in order for you to become a good child. And as blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, being in this place called America, we have been bad children to the Most High. And now it's time for us to be good children. When you look at videos like this, you better wake up and get ready for what's about to go down on the earth. What you got, IG? It's like somebody, brother had their hand up. Who was that?
It's too wild, so you hit on.
No sweat. Ariella, go ahead, Al.
Yes, sir, I just had the verse. That's all. I had the verse.
Oh, the brother, let the brother get it right here.
Come on.
Ain't no sweat. Go ahead, IG.
Come.
You want to bring some out, Cap?
No, I'm good.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
What the verse say before that?
Come. Verse 1.
Go ahead.
For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Bring the what?
Captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Bringing again the captivity, meaning the Lord getting ready to take you out of this captivity. Right. Because, you know what I'm saying, beyond popular belief, you are still in captivity, black and brown people.
That's right.
And that's what America is. It is the place of your captivity. How do we know? When a white man do something against our people, we don't have a military or power to come up against this man, which lets you know you in captivity. But now is the day and time where the Lord gonna bring again that captivity, meaning he gonna start the move to bring you up out of this captivity.
If I
can
say something, Cap? One more thing. This is all for you. All this is happening. Read that verse again. Read that verse again, verse 1.
Come. Verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
So now that's the marking of all this. That, like, what we about to read in Joel, the 3rd chapter, it's all about the 12 tribes of Israel coming back to their land. The Lord is tired of these other nations being in it. And so that's the other part. When Isaiah 1 and 3 says the ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib. we don't know who owns us, but the Lord knows who owns us. We know, meaning the ISUPK, we know. So when we read this verse, now read the next verse.
Come. I will also gather all nations.
So now all nations are being gathered. Why? Because he's bringing an end to this captivity.
That's it.
So in order to bring an end to this captivity, the other nations got to go.
That's it.
So what is he putting in place? He's orchestrating all these nations coming to one central location.
Come on.
The only location that's mattered in the entire planet Earth.
That's it.
And that's the Middle East. Now, of course, it wasn't called the Middle East in the Bible, but that central core is all that has ever mattered on the entire planet Earth.
That's it.
And so now, as he, in order to get us free, he got to bring all the nations to some place. Read it.
And will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yeah. Keep going.
And will plead with them there.
They ain't gonna do it then. Because now it's damn near like I don't want to attack them here and then go here and then go here. I need to just bring them all in one place so I could just wipe them out right there. That's what the Valley of Jehoshaphat or the Valley of Decision is. So when we seeing Iran going at the Israelis, number one, they not the real Jew. They imposters.
That's
so
it.
it's good for them to be there. So the Iranians can go, so the Israelis go crazy, Iranians go crazy, and just let the bomb go off. Like they just sent sirens off in the U.S. consulate in Iran. And the U.S. consulate, you can look this up on Twitter, CNN right now. Come on. They just sounded the horn in the consulate in Iran. That's it. The U.S. embassy. Now, let them bombs go off. You're going to see. They ain't going to have no choice because now, once U.S. gets involved, and this is why, y'all, listen, y'all might think Donald Trump is a gangster. Donald Trump is scared of Putin.
That's it.
Absolutely scared of Putin.
That's it.
They have bullied everyone else. But the United States know if they get into this, Russia gonna get into it.
That's it. They know
and
it.
China gonna come.
And they know Cap ain't no turning back from this.
Ain't no, and listen, and they see what Russia doing to the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
For sure, Russia gonna do all this to the United States.
That's it.
And the minute U.S. jump into it, that's the third world war. That's what we waiting for right there.
And listen, you are entering into a very serious danger zone when you start to hear, get me right on this, nuclear powers starting to enter this war. When I say nuclear powers, meaning nuclear powers that's in opposition against one another. You understand? Brother, you better pack your bags and get ready. You know what I'm saying? Because what's really going on spiritually, the Most High is weakening this empire of America.
That's right.
How is he going to weaken this empire of America? By making America go to war all over the earth.
That's it.
If you do the research, how did every empire on this planet fall? They went to war, you know what I'm saying, throughout the entire earth. Right. The British Empire, that was the empire before America. How did it fall? You understand? They said the sun ain't set on the British Empire because they was in every nation. Because they was in every nation, they started going to war with those very nations that they was oppressing, and they end up falling. Rome, same thing. Greece, same thing. Only you simple niggas in the church believe that America gonna be here forever because you sitting there listening to that dumb pastor talking about God love everybody when God don't love everybody. Right. What in the hell would make you think God love America when this place was built off murdering the North American Indians and enslaving the so-called black people? Why in the hell would God bless America? Right. Satan runs America. And the Lord about to get ready to show you what time it is in this earth, and you better wake up to the truth. And I mean quick. You ain't got all day to be laying in, maybe I gonna go into the truth. Because in a minute, one thing about nuclear powers, they gonna use them nuclear weapons.
That's right.
And when nuclear weapons get used, nuclear weapons wipe out cities. Some nuclear weapons so powerful they damn near knock off the whole state. Damn, they kill 5 million people. It's getting serious, man. You see what I'm saying, Please.
If I could, sir, another tall tale sign of what's already here in America
is
what happened in Iran. So pretty much in Iran, Israel assassinated key scientists and key generals The only way you can do that is if you got spies on the ground, give
That's
you
right.
real
Intel.
time locations.
Right. That's it.
So they knew where they was at,
Yup.
and they dropped bombs exactly where they were at.
Where their leaders was at.
That's here in America right now.
Come on,
if you
Bruce.
think Chinese spies is not here in America, Russian spies is
Yeah.
not here in America,
That's
ready
it.
to just sabotage everything that's here.
Yep.
You just wide asleep.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is the daughter of Babylon, like the scriptures say.
like it say.
And what make it the daughter of Babylon is America then brought every nation here. And some of them nations that they brought here is their enemy. Once again, you keep looking at the white man like he intelligent when this man is a damn child according to the Most High.
Absolutely.
And the only reason why he's in power is because he's been blessed with the sword.
That's right.
Not because of intelligence. White people don't run the earth because they're intelligent, you big dummy. They run it because they the world's number one murderers. They run it because they're the world's number one liars. That's the reason why they run the earth. The people who have the most intelligence is you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native American Indian, but you refuse to use it because of your fear of the so-called white man. But if we all be scared men, how in the hell we ever gonna fix our people if we all running around scared and cowardly, man? You know what I'm saying? If you need strength, man, Commander Giuliani, he got the strength, man. He been holding on to this truth 40, 50 years, man. He been headed on with Giuliani and the rest of the generals in the ISUPK. Big up to the generals, the captains, the troopers, the officers, and the sisters, you know what I'm saying, who believe, you know what I'm saying, and doing this work of the Most High. Was there any more on that? On that scripture? If it wasn't, don't worry about it.
We do got another video. So.
Let's play another video.
Oh my God. That's it?
Yeah. That's the wrong one. Rash, play this. Rash, if you could play this. The first video I had sent you. Yep, up top.
If I may, Cap, like the foolishness of people in America think that when there are wars going on all across the other globe, bombs dropping, that America is just exempt from that whole situation. Like America, bombs cannot drop on America like it's got some holy sphere around it.
You know, it's like they look at like the oceans like a big ass moat.
Right.
You know what I mean? They look at these oceans like a big ass moat. And that's why, like, what Ivan was saying, like, the spies in here, when this war really pops off, this moat's not going to protect them.
Right.
It's just not, it's not going to protect them at all. And what we're seeing what the Israelis doing is a long time coming. It's a great day. Because they have, when it says the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, that's Netanyahu. Netanyahu is like, we doing this, we bombing this. They funded by America, so they figure if anything fails, America gonna back us up.
Right.
And I don't think that they believe that the Russians is gonna stand with the Iranians.
Right.
Not knowing that if the Russians don't stand with the Iranians, then the Russians are gonna look weak. Even if the Russians don't want to do nothing, they'll have to do something. Otherwise, they'll be weak.
Right.
And that's just the facts of it. So they're going to have to say something. They're going to have to do something. So listen, get your popcorn. If y'all, you know, they be talking about not helping the Mexicans with the ICE. This is what y'all shouldn't get involved in. This some shit. Don't get involved in this.
Right.
Like I feel sorry for them black and Hispanic soldiers. I feel sorry for you because y'all probably thought I'm going to just join, get this college education or something like that. And now you in the shit. Like that brother's daughter.
Right.
That brother's daughter, she want prayers because the sirens is going off.
God.
Lord be with her.
If I could, Cat, I remember when I first came to, I remember it was some time ago when we had the Passover in the Allah Haba Ballroom, I believe, like back in 2000 and I put no year on the pipe, 2016 or 15, something like that. I remember Commander Honda said that Russia will invade Saudi Arabia. And that day is gonna come real soon. And you seen it right now. When Israel bombing Iran right now, that day is coming. You know what I mean?
Right. Go ahead, Award.
So like, I don't want just piggyback off what you were saying. Like Romans 18:4 say, "Come out of her, my people, before the judgment." We have to separate from America. If we don't separate from America, we're going to be destroyed right along with America. They say their sins have reached up to heaven.
That's it.
You know,
I wouldn't say.
That's Officer Warrior and the Bigo champ. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to That nigga works big old, you know, like a nigga used to work the corner. Nah, let me
Yeah,
stop.
he worked the shit out of that.
He working, you know what I'm saying? He works big old. Big shout out to all our listeners on Big O, man. You understand? Appreciate everybody tuning in. I run one. Somebody had their hand up. Okay,
yeah. This is
It's
Capt,
another
if I
video.
could. This is Iran's response to Israel.
Okay, go ahead. That was it.
Come.
Man, listen. Anything you want to say on that? On this John?
If I could,
please.
Sir, I know a lot of people not familiar with the country of Iran, but Iran is not just some little pushover.
This ain't Palestine.
Come.
Please inform the people.
Come. For one, they backed by Russia.
That's it.
They get weapons from Russia. They got their own missiles. I think they're number 1 in drone technology. Maybe number 2 to China.
Right.
But this country is. If you invade Iran, it's going to be bloody.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? As you seen, the Iranian woman, she said, death to Israel. You see what I'm saying? Goes to show you that them Iranian women, they standing with their country. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Which is extra important. You know, last point I like to say, let somebody got something else they want to say is, when you see stuff like this, understand that playtime is almost over. You know what I'm saying? We've been in America being children. You know what I'm saying, and having all the sinful fun in the world. You know what I'm saying? Our women basically in turn booty shaking into that's their identity now. You know what I'm saying? They shake ass any goddamn way. Right. You see what I'm saying? And we smoking all the drugs and doing everything than what we supposed to do. But when you see bombs get to falling and body parts get to flying, then now that lets you know fun time is over. And we telling you as prophets of the Lord, fun time is over, not just in America, but throughout the world. And you better get serious about doing what the Lord said.
That's right.
I'm a partisan. Please.
I'm just piggybacking, of course, of what you're saying, because you know it was heavy. You know, scripture says it is high time to wake up now.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know, we've been, like you said, we've been BSing so long in America. You know what I'm saying? Not even knowing that Christ's gonna come back one day.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because and the reason we not knowing is because we've been in everywhere but the ISUPK.
That's it.
Don't nobody teach this except the ISUPK.
That's it. Get a brother a hand.
Go.
Ryan?
I was gonna say recently, like Iran just raised up a red flag, a symbolic red flag.
Okay.
As a promise of revenge for what happened. It's called. That's the name for it. It's called the Jah Quran. That's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? It's to signify that blood will be spilled. You know,
and what y'all don't know, just one more point, is Pakistan talking about getting up in the mix. You know, Pakistan said, you know what I'm saying, recently that if Israel, you know what I'm saying, get too close to their land, then they gonna jump in the game. You know what I'm saying? Which get me right on this IG. Pakistan got nuclear weapons. They ain't trying to build nuclear weapons. They got nuclear weapons. So this thing, you know what I'm saying, pay attention. I would tell everybody, pay attention closely to what goes on in the next few days, because what goes on in the next few days is going to determine whether this is just a skirmish or whether this is the beginning to World War III, which World War III is prophesied in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Was that one?
Cap, just a question.
Go ahead.
So knowing that America usually backs Israel, but Donald Trump is an ally to Putin. Like, what do you think the play is on this one for Trump, seeing that he kind of has to play defense on this one, knowing that he's a friend to Putin and America is an ally to Israel?
Well, the whole thing with him being a friend to Putin is that's shaky. You know what I'm saying? The white man is only an ally to whatever he can feed off of. You see what I'm saying? So the white man to turn on himself upon necessary. You see what I'm saying? That's just how he was made. You see what I'm saying? So that whole him and Putin is best friends, that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do what's best first and foremost for their country. So their interests are different. You know what I'm saying? So Russia, according to biblical prophecy, they're going to be an enemy to America. I don't care how it look. They're going to be enemies to one another. And what you're going to see take place if this thing pick up is countries starting to ally to whom they supposed to align themselves with when Armageddon take place. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even, you know what I mean, pay attention to that. I'm coming to you.
Just real quick, Capt,
please.
That's a snapshot over the capital of Israel.
Damn.
Those bombs, missiles
coming down.
Mm-hmm.
God
damn.
I wonder how many women gonna be saying in these last days they don't need no man. Tazan, give me right on that. Because guess who fighting these wars? Men. That's who fighting these wars. You know what I'm saying? So to say that you don't need no man, because guess what? This same what you see right here, this coming to America too. You're gonna be shocked when they come to this place. Slocky, Roman, please.
Also, because I was saying it was so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to Commander Junior Hunter say this months ago, and he says it all the time. Well, we talking about America being allies or being cool with Russia, or Trump being cool with Russia.
Mm-hmm.
But the prophecy says otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
The prophecy says what's going to happen.
That's it.
And now you actually get to witness this, because now we asking ourselves, well, how this going to pan out? How is this going to work if it's like this?
Yeah.
The Lord showed you in the Bible. Commander Junior Hunter keep giving you the game.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? He's telling you what's going to happen.
That's it.
And all you want to do, if you think, worldly, and think that like what the world finna do is, Commander Jimmy how to give you all the answers right now.
That's it.
And that's why I love to listen to every single time. Like I love listening to Commander Jimmy Hunter.
That's it.
He had the biggest war report in the world.
Yeah, listen, I would tell our listeners, man, make sure you tune in to Commander Jenny Honda tomorrow night on Black Watch. I believe he starts 9 p.m. Eastern. On Black Watch, all you got to do is put in Black Watch Commander Jenny Honda. You know what I'm saying? And it'll come right up. He going to give you the full, complete breakdown, like something you could not believe on what's about to take place with this Third World War. Asha, all right, we're going to take this last point on this, and then we're going to move on now.
Yeah, Salaki, Cap, I just had a quick question for the panel.
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask, I talked to a couple people in my family, a couple friends or whatnot, and I asked them about, the wars and bombs dropping in these different countries and everything. And it's a lot of people that's clueless about what's even going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I asked you, what you think about what's going on over there in Iran or in Israel? What's going on over there? I ain't hear nothing about it. So I just want to see if y'all can give a outlook on what's going on in the world and why is a lot of people even clueless to, even though it's all over the news, most people know about it. What would you say to the people that's clueless about it, that's paying no attention?
Hey, you got Matthew 24 when it says in the days of Noah, right? It's at Matthew 24 and could be 37 off the top of my head. I know it's Matthew, the 24th chapter. Go to Matthew 24. You're going to look for the Noah. It's going to say N-O-E. Yeah, that's actually the right scripture. Go to Matthew 24, 37. I thought I had the wrong scripture. Somebody grab Matthew 24 and 37 and read that.
Mm-hmm. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 37.
Matter of fact, start at verse 36.
Verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
See, right now, Diddy is on everybody. Kanye West showed up at the Diddy trial. That's on everybody's mind. That's more important. Whatever battle rap is going on, the NBA Finals, hockey, all of that is going on. Who I'm going to stick my penis in.
That's it.
If you gorilla, who going to stick their penis in my ass? That's gorilla Hebrew. That's all they worried about right now. They don't know about the day nor the hour. Keep reading.
But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
This is a direct answer. Why it's important. Like what you saying with without Commander General Hunter, we wouldn't know this.
That's real talk.
We wouldn't know none of this without us being in here. They're not in here. That's why they don't know. And just like during the time when it says, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be this time. During the time of Noah, who knew about the flood coming? Noah. Noah building that boat. More than likely getting clowned about being a boat. Niggas ain't looking for no water. Looking for water. As you saying, the Lord Christ coming back, we call y'all believe in that sky daddy? Y'all believe in that? 200 million black angels. Ain't nobody believing that.
Right.
So as the days of Noah, read.
Come. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking.
That's it. They were partying. Keep going.
Marrying.
And having sex. Keep going.
And giving in marriage.
That's it. Until the day, go ahead.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
That's why they don't know. They don't care.
That's it.
They don't care at all. Read on. Read the next verse.
Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came.
They're going to be looking for y'all. Yeah, I remember Steve Harvey gave this joke when he was like, when they get up in heaven, they like, Jesus, here I am. That's what they think they're going to do. When the real come and they start coming to you, then it's going to wake up. But it's going to be too late by then. So they don't know because they don't care. They care more about what man I can get, what woman I can get, what drug I can get. You know, how I can make money. That's what they care about. That's why they don't know why.
And if I could chime in, it feels good to ignore reality.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's like why a lot of people, it's like why a lot of people don't. You know how people don't like looking at the news. Johnny Hunter brought this out the other day. Horrible thing. They show horrible stuff on the news every night. So you'll see. You ever been on somebody's house and they say, "Turn that off. I don't want to see that."
Right.
That's a person that don't want to deal with reality. You know what I'm saying? But men, once again, it starts with men. We the leaders of this nation here. You got to deal with reality. You got to see the ugly parts of what's going on and say, where do I align myself with the danger and destruction that's coming?
That's
a
right.
woman, I understand. A woman don't. She see a mice, she's scared. So now you look into a person that's scared of mice to lead you and to protect you, like a lot of you brothers do.
Right.
I mean, what we talking about here? The Lord said in the Bible, "The flock of my pasture are men." Just like you see all nations, they go on to war, they men step into the forefront of that nation. You just heard the sister on the video say, "I hope you ain't looking for us to save you." We ain't looking for no woman to save us up in here. We understand that our King, Yahushua Mashiach, a black man from the tribe of Judah who the world called Jesus Christ, we looking to him for leadership. And what did Christ say in that Bible? Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired.
That's right.
That's what Christ left instructions for us to follow because he is the head of the nigga military here. Now that's why we got Real Nigga University on the wall. You see what I'm saying? So that people who don't like to deal with reality, Ashaya, they don't want to pay attention to what goes on until it when it come in front of their doorstep. Then they got to deal with it, but by then it's gonna be too late.
Right.
Zaquan, I mean not Zaquan, Tazan.
Yeah, if I could, Cap, bring it out heavy. You also got to put that blame on the Christian church, man, to keep you dumbed down like that.
Give him the mic. Y'all ain't gonna give him the mic.
Yeah, we also got to put the blame on the. We also got to put the blame on the Christian church, man. All these pastors, all these religious leaders for the black community. They the ones keeping us dumbed down. Most of our people was up under their umbrella, up under their teachings.
Right.
So we ain't gonna learn nothing. We ain't gonna figure out nothing that's going on to these churches, man. Just give it up. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Then our people can maybe wake up.
That's it.
But first thing we got to get rid of these churches, man.
That's it. That's off of the Tazan of ISUPK, Iowa. If you in the Iowa or Nebraska area, get in contact with that brother right there. We got a school in Iowa and Nebraska. Where we going next?
Come on, sir. Since we're going over war, you know, that we want to show a video to let Black, Hispanic, Native Indian people out there that know that there is a military out there for them. You understand? We don't want to go running to the white man's militaries and dying in the white man's wars. If we're gonna put our lives on the line, at least do it for our own.
Let's do it.
You understand? So we got a video to show, you understand, the people whose army they should join.
Please. Look at Tazaryach. Tazaryach looking like, goddamn it, a man of war out there. Goddamn it. You niggas ain't playing, y'all. Come on, man. To rise no more. The Lord is falling. To rise no more. Falling. Rise no more. To rise no more. We're fighting for your house. We're fighting for your house.
Boy, they look like
Brother, one nigga was so tired he couldn't even do the march. He just was walking like shit. I can't even move. Listen, for the viewers out there, you probably never thought in a million years that you would see a black and brown military ever in your life.
In
You
your
know
life.
what I'm saying? Go ahead, y'all.
No, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I just want to say, you know what I mean, that right there was a very powerful video. It goes to show you that contrary to popular belief, black and brown men are standing together, and they standing together, you know what I'm saying, in ISUPK. And we say standing together, meaning we believe in everything the same. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like a lot of people do. They get together for a cookout, y'all.
Right.
And
Yeah.
talking about we together.
Yeah, we together.
We together now. They take a picture together.
Yeah,
you know
they
what
took
I'm
a
saying?
picture. We a click.
That's it. After the picture's over, they go right back to hating each other. Go right back to sleeping with their best friend's woman. You know, not up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really stand together, you know what I'm saying, through these laws, statutes, commandments. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else on this joint? No sweat. What's next?
Come on, next up, we got a video. Of course, you know what's going on with the whole ICE and everything like that.
Right.
You understand, deporting our brothers and sisters out of the country.
Please.
We have two sisters speaking up about defending and agreeing with so-called black Americans.
Mhm.
You understand, for not going out and protesting and rioting with them.
Come on.
They probably white.
No, these cute. We agree with you.
La única comunidad que nos va a sacar de este hueco se llaman los negros americanos.
100%.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans the most, are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American community that has not come out, because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for
I
them.
get it. I
In
get
masses,
it. But I do.
Me and you support, but in masses, we didn't support anything
It's
that
true.
was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not going to talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans. Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, that all of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your asses, Latinos. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black ass.
Oh, no, that was right.
Get a sister.
Who got a problem with that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was right what she said.
Well,
Like
yeah.
when y'all mentioned earlier about waking up out of sleep, these Latinos better wake up out of sleep and realize, like somebody said, what Negro wake up call could they have?
Yeah.
The only Negro wake up call these Hispanics can have is that trusting in the white man get you nowhere.
That's it.
And what the sister is saying, if you're gonna trust anybody, be down with anybody, be down with them blacks.
Yeah, come on.
Because
come on,
they the only ones that can help you. And that's like in Isaiah 11:13, it says, Judah shall not envy Ephraim, and Ephraim shall not vex Judah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all this is.
That's it.
This is Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom hating each other ever since the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and finding a reason to. And now it's unfortunate that it takes the white man attacking one of our brothers for us to wake up to it. But that's essentially what the sister is saying.
Exactly
y'all been talking shit about the damn black people all this time, and the minute y'all in trouble, who coming to help you? Black people.
That's it.
So you got to stop. She's teaching Latinos to stop hating black people.
Damn right.
So I ain't got no issue with it.
Damn, give it up.
I ain't
Give
got
it up.
nothing. I ain't got no issue with the sister.
Listen, and what she's saying is biblical. Because
Right.
the scriptures say that the Lord gonna start with the tents of Judah 1st.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, you know, in the UPK, it's a ton of Judites in the ISUPK. Now, why is that? You understand? Because the Lord want us to go out there and wake up the rest of them tribes.
Right.
Because we are that one tribe that's so embedded in the grains of
Mhm.
American society. So what she's saying is totally on point. You see what I'm saying? And so listen, you know, you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. You know, as these other countries come together, we need to be bringing these 12 tribes back together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's very, very important that black people, we not turn our back on Hispanics, because in the long run, we going to need them and they going to need us. Us trying to rely on the white man. I mean, what are we talking about, man? When have white America or the United States ever
Right.
been here for blacks or Hispanics? It's just something that ain't never happened in 500 years. So I guess maybe in the 600 year, one day they're going to decide that, you know what I'm saying, actually be there for us. I don't want to wait around.
They
for
was
that.
sitting there waiting. Nah, I think the white man, next 4 years, that white man gonna help us.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the one to save us.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
4-year pipe dream.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is never going to happen. You see what I'm saying? Therefore, it's important that the tribes find out who we are, you know what I'm saying, that we are actually family, and therefore we'll be able to heal each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's it on that. Where we at?
The last one we have is a video about the Christian church as always. You understand, the house of Satan, and it's just another video proving
said
that
the Christian church
you understand
as
the
always.
Christian church is really what's teaching black people to hate each other.
Please, let's play it.
Cool.
This the beginning?
Started from the beginning. Started back over.
This from the beginning?
Did you see the
They-
swing?
They getting right into it,
Did
didn't
you see? Watch the swing from the brother in the white shirt. You tell me, is that a masculine swing? you getting me right on it. Watch. Look how he's swung.
Praise Jesus.
That is insane. I said, Jesus. Somebody, Jesus, do something. What Jesus supposed to do?
If I could, Cap.
Where we going? Go ahead, Ron.
I was piggyback what you were saying earlier, man. The biggest drug is Christianity.
Yeah.
Just by hearing them saying Jesus, 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 in the midst of all that chaos going on in the background, it just show you how like Christianity has definitely messed up the minds of our people.
What you saying so heavy, because if Jesus was there, it wouldn't be no fighting there.
Right.
Like if you look in the ISU schools of the ISUPK, it ain't never been one fight in an ISUPK school since 1969.
Right.
Not one time to have something like that happen.
Right.
This is how you know if when Christ is really with you. You know what I'm saying? It's based upon how the brothers and sisters teach.
right.
I mean, treat one another. You see what I'm saying? So why they in there swinging blows, some of the most feminine blows I ever seen, by the way.
In my
You know
life.
what I'm saying? You know, they still talking about Jesus, and that Jesus they talking about is the white one. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be hard for our people to believe. Black people, we hard headed as hell. It's gonna be hard for us to accept that white Jesus ain't real. And when I say white Jesus, just not the image, but the philosophy that become behind
Right.
white Jesus. It don't fix nobody, man. You know, so all it do is turn into what you just saying right there. You know what I'm saying? A place of confusion. You know what I'm saying? You looking at it was what was in there? A bunch of women and a bunch of homosexuals
bunch of women, yeah.
in that video. You understand my part, Tazar?
If I could, just to piggyback off what you were saying,
Mhm.
the reason white Jesus have no power is because white Jesus doesn't exist.
That's it.
Ain't no such thing as white Jesus. That's just like when Chinese go pray to that big Buddha statue. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Scriptures say they ain't got no power within them. They can't help you or they damn self.
That's
You know
it.
what I'm
Damn
saying?
right. That's right. Damn right. Get the brother a hand on that. Any more points on them?
Like watching that video on the wall, it said, "Welcome to the Miracle Center."
Yeah.
And it said one thing that Christian church and Christianity, all of these religions for us is not a miracle.
That's it.
And it's been a nightmare for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians being in the Christian church, learning how to sin happily. You understand? Like we go into the Christian church making sure that we keep staying as evil as possible.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
understand? No miracles will happen in the Christian church. The only miracle is when a brother get off of crack cocaine.
That's it.
When a brother starts loving his wife and a woman starts loving a black man again.
Yeah.
You know, having real families or whatever the case. Like that's a miracle. And those miracles only happen in the UPK and the convention in house.
Listen, and here's what's sad. You know what I'm saying? When you see that confusion going on up in there, that's every church this is happening in.
Yeah.
The sad part is that we as a people are looking to the Christian church for leadership. You know what I'm saying? Still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody can see that the Christian church it's a joke at this point, man. How you can't say, well, why black people so destroyed, but at the same time we look into the church and these different religions for leadership. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make
They don't
sense.
go together.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want, come on, priest.
It's just funny that those same women that's calling for Jesus is the same ones that don't need a black man in the household.
That's it.
When turmoil happens, you calling on the black man, this black man that you claim that you don't need in Jesus Christ, but you ran the black man off that you had that Jesus that the Most High gave you already.
Well, listen, that's because they having sex with Jesus in their mind every night. Like in the church, the Christian church, Jesus Christ is having sex with black women, which is why they don't reference their man. You see what I'm saying? They get to looking at the damn preacher, you know what I'm saying, and reference him over their husband. You see what I'm saying? Like the Christian church, well, this one word we've been using all night is diabolical. Okay? If you in the church and you still believe God is in there, then you know you damn near at this point need to have your head examined, you know what I'm saying, for mental illness. You know what I mean? At this point. You understand? True Power Reality, I'm coming to you next. Pass on the mic, brother.
Yes, sir. If I may, it's obvious that the guy in the white shirt was absent of a father or daddy because the way he
swung that punch.
Daddy probably would have taught him how to throw a punch in his life.
Real talk. He came from where I don't even want to imitate him. He came from down south with that punch. It wasn't nothing either. He was like a boxer. That nigga, I don't know what the hell that was. Last point. We're gonna get it ready to wrap up the show. Go ahead, Maccabi.
Sir, one thing I want to say about that video, it just shows how there's a lack of brotherhood, you know what I mean? And the thing is, like with the protocols and the protocols that we have in the school, we know how to handle a situation like that way before it even gets there. You know what I mean? If they had brotherhood, you know, that would have been saw 1,000 miles away and checked out the door. You know what I mean? And the problem with the Christian church is the fact that they don't have love for each other. And that's why they do what they do. They sin against each other, offense each other all the time. But because of the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, we are the only solution on earth. And I can't stress that, enough to anybody and everybody in the world.
Give it up. That's Officer Maccabi, ISUPK Minnesota. If you're in the Minnesota area, you can Google ISUPK Minnesota, get all the information that you need to get in class. Man, with that, man, listen, I want to give Captain Tazaryach a hand. Please give it up to the brother. Been another amazing podcast on the Round Table of Truth. Catch us every Friday night at 8 p.m. Central. All right. Lamar, any announcements?
Come on. As always, make sure to go like, follow, share, subscribe to all Round Table of Truth. Real Nigga University social media is out there. If you want to have a donation, make sure to hit the link in the chat. We appreciate all the support. It's gonna go right back to the community and y'all. You understand? Make sure to tune in to the next coming up Round Table of Truth episode Friday night as always. the first coming up cookout we have this year for the UPK is going to be in Fairville, North Carolina.
Right.
You understand? July 1st to July 3rd. You understand? And right after that, we'll have the Midwest Fire Weekend, July 31st to August 3rd. You understand? It's be the greatest one we've had yet. So with that, that's all I got to say. Oh, make sure to pay your tithes.
That's right.
That's right.
Give it up. Give it up.
It's wrong to be a homosexual. It's wrong not to eat pork.
That's it.
And it is against the law to not pay your tithes.
That's it.
Period.
Pay and make sure you pay your tithe to the real priest.
Yeah,
Stop
don't be out there paying them
to the homeless. Go ahead.
Paying them. No, you got it.
You paying your tithes to niggas that's saying, close them doors. I said, close the doors. That was a gangster move there.
I said close
First
the
he was like, close the door. Apparently,
They ain't do it.
they ain't closed the door
right.
fast
They
enough.
wasn't there.
He had to say it 3 times. I know. Listen, I could imagine sitting in church and say, hear them say, close the door. I would have looked back like, what's going on up in here? This is robbery. We finna get robbed up in here. Ushers, go. Then he told ushers, go through the house. Come through with the cash.
Yeah, come with the cash. We gonna get that money. We gonna get that bread.
Okay, so pay your tithes to the real priest. Okay, the church ain't go. They gonna collect them tithes and get a jet. Okay, we gonna collect them tithes and feed the people. That's right. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I want to give it up to my host that rock it out with me every week, Officer Lamakiala. Give him a hand. Officer Iowa Lum, give him a hand. And filling in tonight, Officer 5,000 Rhyme in that building, give him a hand. And of course, man, our special guest, Captain Tazaryach, the everybody killer. You understand? Any closing words? Tell the people what you got coming up next. You ain't got no clothes. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, man, I'm Captain Tazaryach of ISUPK under commanding General Your Honor.
That's it.
That's it.
Shalom.
I got something coming up though. When they come out, if this thing going through, it's gonna be funny as shit, but it's gonna be good. I'm telling you.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Please. You know what I'm saying? I also want to give it up to my technical team, working hard, doing what they do every week. Officer Ramawan, get a brother a hand. And Officer Ra'aj Karab, you understand? We got a whole bunch of killers in here tonight. I ain't about to name every last one of them. Get them brothers a hand. Too many of y'all in here tonight. I am Captain Malquad. Big up to Bigo Live as well.
That's right.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. I am Captain Malquad, under Commander Jenny Hunter. This has been the ISUPK special presentation with Captain Tazaryach, Roundtable Truth. Y'all know how we do it, Lord Allah. See you next week. Shalom. Shalom.
And it just bust like 3 of our windows and then continued on and came back into the building and smashed all that shit up there.
It didn't touch the school.
Just the windows. Just bust a couple windows.
That was the lower couple windows bit.
Yeah, that's what I said. Turned around, this whole lot was demolished. It was packed. They had an event up in here. They was doing a repast. And like I said, it was trash, glass, cars. One of the sisters ran out the building. She said, "Man, I seen this car." And I looked to see the car smashed up in the building. And she said, "Oh, man, I saw the car flying down the goddamn street." The sister said the car was flying from this direction, it flew and landed up in the building. And all of this, the whole lot, every car was smashed out here. So like I said, the tornado, it was blowing straight, like his roof, they just ended up fixing that. But all of that down there got fucked up. This building, it blew the roof and shit off of there. He had to put all that shit back up there. And then it started turning it up all right here. And then turned around and went that way. And then came back into the building once it passed our school.
So the tornado did this too?
Yeah, it did that too. Yeah, it blew that down too. Yeah. And then it continued on, and like I said, it blew the roof off that church, as you can see.
Yeah, god damn.
Both of them, both roofs, it blew the roof completely off. Yeah, and then when you go, like I said, further down at the school, the end of the building, it smashed all of it. Shalom, son. Yeah, so right here, like I said, this our school right here. And this where it hit us, and where it turned around, and it just got the windows right here. But as you can see, it completely destroyed everything else. You go back and look at that. The inside of that tore all of it up. Everybody's office got destroyed completely. Turned around, and the tornado started coming this way, and then turned around and blew back this way and started turning the building up. And like I said, it got everything. Got all of that right here. Got this whole point. And then it came and it went that way, the rest of the building, and it got the rest, that whole side. Got that whole side. Knocked all the bricks and shit that's on the top of it off. The third floor, ripped that whole roof off up there. Oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. And as you can see, a lot of these trees was not right here in this area. These trees that was blowing around in the tornado. The tornado was blowing
areas.
Yeah. Tornado was picking trees up and blowing around everywhere. This place right here, they just built this. They still don't even have power over there. Yep. Then this building was already falling apart. So it did do a little damage over here to it. I think it got the roof, these bricks right here. It did a lot of damage right there. Yep. And then as you can see, now right here where we are, this is the dividing line, right? This is in the city of St. Louis. This is where they separated middle class and rich white people on that side to poor black people and Hispanic people on this side, right? And so, you see, it hit some of their buildings too. It got their part. Like this building right there, straight ahead, it tore that whole floor off right there. That was the whole floor missing. Right here, they got some roofs. They got almost every tree down there. They got a lot of their areas, a lot of their houses too. You know, and you see tarps everywhere. You know, that tornado, it was very devastating. You know? And then it hit over 5,000 homes. You know, and in the back of the school here, it really hit a lot of people back here. You know, I got a buddy I grew up with. His whole second floor gone on his house. You know, whole second floor gone. Then we got the bus park back there. We got the school bus and school van back there. The power line was leaning over and stopped right at the bus. It didn't hit the bus. I said, good night. Yeah. Yep. Got a picture and a video of that too, where it turned around and it was just leaning. It was just hanging right there. And it didn't bust. Yeah. I said, good. So yeah, so I mean, you could just imagine, man. You know, like on movies where you've seen scenes where they drop bombs on areas. That's literally what it looked like. It looked like a bomb had been dropped. I mean, because I'm telling you, this lot was filled, packed with cars. And every car, you know, because I got a text from one of the sisters that I had interviewed her for a show that we do, trying to bring, you know, saying black businesses back to the black community. And she owned a business in here. We interviewed her. And me and her stay in communication quite a bit. And she turned around and texted me. She said, brother, houses, cars, everything gone. I was like, what you talking about? And I'm out here driving in the tornado. I was actually downtown. And I'm driving in it. I didn't even know that it was taking place. I do know that it had gotten very windy.